Welcome along to the Sporty Show. Another Champions League night is upon us, and the chaos has already started. What we know from tonight is that 4 teams will be eliminated from the Champions League, with 4 teams heading on to the round of 16. And as it stands, Milan and Feyenoord are live right now, and we've just seen Theo Hernandez go off after an early goal from Santiago Jimenez. So it's 1-1 right now. But we will keep you guys posted on that game. I'm your host, Sara, as always, and I'm joined by the one, the only, Mr. KlintonCod.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Y'all doing all right? It's a very beautiful day to watch Champions League football. I'm very excited. You know, my voice is already changed because, you know, when it's Champions League action, you know, you've got to just put up something different. It's just something natural that comes with me, you know. But just before we get into the games, let me introduce also the second lady on the show. As usual, is Shantelle. Shantelle, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Thank you, Clinton. I thought you were going to do the Wagwan. Not today?
We're dealing with
Okay. But thanks for having me, and it's always a pleasure to be joining you guys.
Lovely, Shantelle. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Just a friendly reminder, guys, coming up on Sporty TV on Friday, we have Newcastle Jets versus Brisbane Roar, Damac versus Al Ali in the Saudi League, with Al Nasser and Al Ettifaq in action on Friday as well. Burnley versus Sheffield Wednesday in the EFL Championship. Over in the J-League on Saturday, we have Osaka versus Shonan, Melbourne Victory versus Melbourne City, Sunderland versus Hull City, and in the English Premier League, it's Arsenal versus West Ham. Over in Germany in the Bundesliga, we have Dortmund versus Union Berlin. Sporting Gijón takes on Almeria in the La Liga Hypermotion, and in Argentina, we have Boca Juniors versus Aldo Civi. On Sunday, back in Argentina, we have San Martin versus River, Hiroshima versus Yokohama, Club Brugge versus Delige, Aries versus Panathinaikos, and in the Serie A, it's Atalanta at Empoli. And finally, to wrap it all up, in La Liga, we have Real Sociedad versus Leganés. Lots and lots of football action here, but tonight is all about the Champions League. Coming up after today's show, the 3 of us, including Alex Ashmore as well, will always be with you for the watch along. We have Atalanta and Club Brugge in the second leg. We have Bayern Munich and Celtic in the second leg, as well as Benfica and Monaco. But guys, we have already kicked off one of the matches, the early kickoff. Milan and Feyenoord, arguably the most exciting game last week, and looking to be very exciting already, Clinton. The Santiago Jimenez derby, and now he lives up to his name, scoring in the first minute of this match. Joy for him, but it all went south when Theo Hernandez just picked up a second yellow, and has been sent off. So it is 1-1 on aggregate, but Milan a man down with about 30 minutes left of extra time. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, anything could still happen. Feyenoord is pretty much very solid, Sara. We saw it in their last game. They did pretty much put up a proper fight. And that's the reason why they had, you know, they were 1-up based on aggregates. Now, Milan, they've come with an early goal and a red card. It just means that, I don't know, I'm probably leaning towards the Feyenoord side at this point. They play really well. Looking at what they are doing currently, you just know that these guys are not one of those that you would say they've just come to the Champions League and they might go quite early like every other person. They seem very solid. They seem like they can easily take this one. It's just a goal.
Breaking news.
Jesus, tell me.
Gary L. Smith has joined the show. Yay!
Gary!
What? I didn't know you were coming on.
Wow!
I thought you were too busy, Sporty FM and all.
Gary, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal?
Hi.
How are we doing? What a
I've
night
been
to
around.
be here.
I'm all right. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hi,
Yes,
guys.
yeah, you know.
Great. I've been around, you know. I've been chilling. I've been watching you guys. You guys have been having fun without me.
We've been having all your fellow co-hosts joining the show, going through the roster, but we haven't seen you in a minute here.
Now we've been
And I,
having all your madmen.
and I see you have a new You have a new person on the show, so please
Shantelle
introduce
hasn't
me
met
properly.
Gary. Oh my
Shantelle, you haven't met
goodness.
Gary?
No, I haven't.
No,
Okay,
This
no,
will be
sorry.
the first time I'm meeting
It's not
Gary.
Shantelle. It's not Shantelle who has not met Gary. It's Gary who has not
Who
met
has not met?
Shantelle.
See,
You know,
I'm a
look at
gentleman.
this
No,
African man. Look at this
no.
African-
He's right
See,
because
no,
I've heard about Gary.
This my-
I've seen Gary, but
this is my problem with African
No,
men.
you don't get me. She's the big woman. She's the big woman.
He was trying to say it like that. I knew
need to
what he
come
was
and
trying
meet
to
her.
do.
No, I know, but no, she didn't get it.
No,
That's
I
it.
didn't
She
get
get
it.
She didn't get it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, don't
No,
worry.
Gary is
You know,
very
Shantelle,
polite.
you're the big
Yeah.
woman. You are the
Okay.
big woman, so I need to come and meet you, Your Highness, Your Royal Highness.
Please, after this show,
Yeah,
you don't if he slides into your DM, report him to me.
Oh,
because,
bro.
Okay.
I already sent her a friend what do you call
Hey!
it? On Twitter. What do you call it?
Oh,
You know,
you've already
Shantelle,
got
your
it.
Twitter is protected.
Oh,
I've
so
already
this
done
one
that.
already
I'm
went
ahead
to
of you,
reset
man.
the Twitter.
I didn't even see that, Gary. I honestly didn't
No,
see it.
then
No,
listen.
honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. So
Yeah.
I will make sure to
No
accept
problem.
you.
No, just to
didn't see.
spite Clint. Please bring out your phone and accept me now and show him that you've accepted me. Yeah.
See, please, no. Gary, please, when you go, block him. Yeah? Like, just go on the block, use your block button. Don't go
No,
and look
she's not going to
profile.
block me.
Don't go and look at all the places he has gone for interviews. Those things they use it in
Shantelle.
the CV.
Shantelle, we are going to make you a star in Ghana. You need to accept me, So please do. What's Clinton going to do for you?
No,
What's
these are
Clinton
big
going to do for you?
promises.
Wow. If you know how many
Yeah,
women he
we're
has
gonna
promised
make-
already.
Look,
If you know how many women
look,
he is.
Sarah,
you know,
Sarah was on Sporty FM this morning on our biggest show in the morning. Ask her the reception she got. Last week she was on our drive time show, the biggest sports drive time show. Last week Thursday, ask her what the reception she got. Ask her.
so-
I'm not saying it. Ask her.
Okay, so that's the DM she was telling me that she's been getting all this while. Wow. So this is why people go to Ghana
So
FM to
Clinton,
do.
right now, we are just done with Valentine. We are preparing for next year Valentine. I've put my cards on the table. You two put your cards on the table.
All right.
Come on, man.
No. You know I'll put my cards in the next company retreat. Don't worry. Let's just leave it at that.
All right,
Guys,
guys.
Play
Shantelle,
your
nice
own on
to
the
meet
show. I
you.
know where I will go and play my own.
Shall we
I
talk
know,
a little
right?
bit about football here?
Yeah,
They've
okay,
been
let's
so
talk about
far.
football.
So now you
Let's
have to
talk about
put them back.
We just saw
Let's
Milan
talk about
make a
football.
sub here, Gary. Christian Pulisic has been subbed off for Bardisagi, a forward for a defender. It looks like Conceição might be looking for extra time here. What are your thoughts? Milan, Feyenoord. You saw the first leg, obviously 1-0 to Feyenoord. And this match has been very exciting as well with that early goal. But now the red card leaving Milan with 10 men. How do you think this one will play out?
Wasn't it you who was talking about a team that likes red cards this morning on the breakfast show? This morning, right? You were speaking about, but
Thanks
it
for
wasn't Milan.
listening. I was talking about Monaco
It wasn't
liking red
Milan.
cards, though, because
It
they
was
pick up
Monaco.
red cards like
Yeah,
every
yeah.
other game.
But Milan are very odd. This like I can't see them properly. They are, today they are up, they are down, or they are, yeah. But I like the way Jimenez has landed, having come on. He was signed on the 2nd of Feb. I think he was announced on the 2nd of Feb or so, and he's already scored. And he looks like he'll be a good fit for this team. As for the red card and what he will do, I'm surprised they've been able to hold out. I thought really that they would concede, and big ups to them. Would it be going for extra time? It's looking like that. But my money would be on Milan to see this out. My
You
money
think
would be on
so?
them to
You
see
think they
this
can
out.
do it? Clinton was just saying the opposite, actually, that he thinks
I don't-
Feyenoord will now capitalize on that extra man.
Yeah, no, I think they will.
True,
definitely
I understand why Clinton is saying that. I understand why Clinton is saying that because on the balance of play, they look like, but I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. Maybe the spirit is speaking to me at the wrong time. Clinton, you have to show me how the
Not
spirit
the
speaks to
spirit.
you.
Why would the spirit speak to you at the wrong time when you are chasing women, not even on a TV show? That's what usually happens, man.
Look, it's 2 days after Valentine. We are still allowed. What's your problem?
So now Valentine is the excuse. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now,
Can we talk about football, guys?
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Let's come back to football. Sorry.
All right, well, let's move away from this Milan and Feyenoord match, and we'll keep you guys posted. Live action here. Let's talk about Bayern Munich and Celtic. We are heading to the Allianz, guys. We saw 2-1 in the first leg. Bayern Munich, though, at home now, Clinton. We do have the lineup, so let's go through those first. And we see a couple of changes for both sides here. Bayern Munich will be starting Neuer, but it's Stanisic instead of Leimer, Upamecano, Kim also being substituted in, and Guerrero as the back four with Goretzka, Musiala, and Kimmich. No changes there. But Serge Gnabry sliding in for Leroy Sané, Harry Kane, and Michael Olise, your man, Clinton. And then we have Kasper Schmeichel for Celtic, Schlupp, Trusty, Carter Vickers, and Johnston. Trusty being the substitute there from the first game. Hatate, McGregor, and Engels all the same in the midfield. And Jota will be starting over Ida with Maeda and Kuhn. Okay, Clinton, when you see these lineups, you think it must be a Bayern Munich win.
I mean, I'm not going to say that because we saw clearly the first leg what happened, and we pretty much said that was, first of all, one of the most boring games we've seen in Champions League football. And if not for Michael Olise being in the team, which I'm not surprised, I feel like he's, apart from Harry Kane, you probably say that he's maybe the next star boy in that team. And
over Jamal Musiala?
I would put him over Jamal Musiala at this point. I mean, Jamal Musiala used to be before. At this point, I think Olise is the star boy for that team if we take off Harry Kane. So, you know, you look at that Bayern team, you would obviously say, nah, you know, let's have confidence. I mean, even if you don't even have Michael Olise there, if you don't have Gnabry, if you don't have, what's it called? If you don't have Musiala, you would think that this Bayern, they should be able to humble Celtic. But when you look at that first leg, look at what we saw. It was almost like...
And there was a penalty for Celtic
I mean,
that
exactly.
we thought maybe should have been called.
Yeah, no,
And then
absolutely.
it would have been 2-2.
Of course. And when you look at that last couple of minutes in that first leg, you could see that if they added like an extra 5, maybe Celtic would have maybe even drew the game, right? So I'm not very confident. If we go by paper, I'm not very confident with Vincent Kompany at this point. But maybe it might be different. This time around, they are going to Munich. So, you know, who knows? The help of the fans, you know, gassing them up, the players having to know that, okay, this is a normal ground. This is where we would normally humble people. I don't know if they've lost any game in that ground this season so far, but, you know, you just know that, you know, if they're not able to give that level of Bayern Munich, then it just means there is fire on the mountain. And remember, Celtic, they're not coming into this game thinking, you know, this is it for us in Champions League. They are coming to fight. You know, they are literally, you wouldn't be, like, I would not be surprised if they get a draw.
Well,
but then again, it's still not going to help them, though.
We asked you guys on YouTube to let us know if you think Celtic can come back. Shantelle, Clinton mentioned Vincent Kompany, but with the stature of these players at Bayern Munich, does it even matter about Vincent Kompany? Because if you look at the 11 versus the 11 of Celtic, with all due respect to Celtic, the players at Bayern are obviously on a different level, that you think that they should get the win no matter who their manager is, no?
No, I do agree. And the thing is, with Bayern, on paper, I think it's a very good squad. And like we've seen what they've been doing throughout the season. So for me, can't side with Clinton. Sorry. I mean, I love a good underdog or a surprise win or a team pulling off the upset, but I just don't see it happening. I feel like they will literally cruise through this one. They would probably realize the mistake that they made for the first leg, and I have Bayern as the victors.
Gary, when we were doing the league phase here and you were, you know, consistently on the UCL shows with us, you would always say in the first leg, or on the Tuesday match days, it was always goal galore. Now, is there some sort of pattern here where now the second leg of the knockout phase, are we going to see goal galore because teams are not going to hold back? No one has anything to lose at this point. It's, you know, leave it all on the pitch. Do you see that happening?
Yeah. I think because, you know, what is at stake? There's a lot at stake for all the teams involved. And you know that if you don't give it 200%, heck, you know, you're going to regret it. And which is, let's admit, what makes this Champions League format quite interesting. And a lot of people, I think Alex Ashmore and others were saying, maybe we have to give UEFA their flowers because he got it right, because there's a certain level of drama that has come into this format and this playoff way of doing things. So I'm expecting quite a bit of goals in this second legs as well. Coming into this game, though, I think it's near mission impossible.
For Celtic.
Impossible for Celtic. man. And I mean, we all love a good story where somebody is not who is not expected to win, does the business. But if Celtic get to do this, guys, it's going to be one of the biggest and bestest European nights upsets in history. And you can tell from the body language of Celtic, you can tell from the way the players are even speaking. All of them are speaking, in a very not defeatist, underdog-like kind of way. They are sort of like looking up at Bayern Munich because they are playing at the Allianz Arena as well. Celtic have a horrible away record in Europe, absolutely terrible away record in Europe, and to make things worse, Harry Kane was confirmed as being fit at possibly the last second. So,
Well, that
mean,
record, by the way, Gary, is winless in the last 12 away Champions League matches with 8 losses and 4 draws. But we do quickly have to jump to Alex Ashmore before we get back into Bayern Munich and Celtic, because he had a little conversation with one Pep Guardiola. Alex, are you with us?
I am, yes. Pep Guardiola and Bernardo Silva, obviously, match day -1 here in Madrid. We have the press conference of Carlo Ancelotti this morning, and then this evening it was Guardiola and Bernardo Silva. And, spoke to them about the game upcoming, Pep Guardiola's experiences against Real Madrid, and to Bernardo Silva about finding the keys in that consistency where they play so well. Here's what they had to say.
Lesson for the future, definitely, yeah.
Hi Pep, Alex Ashmore here for Sporty TV. You talked about those memories playing Real Madrid. What are some of the big takeaways from those games, perhaps the defeats that you've learnt and things that you want to change to try and do better tomorrow night?
You have to play with courage. You have to be yourself. What I learned in the years, like I was a football player with a young player here, and we didn't get results. The moment we changed a bit the mentality, you have to play with incredible courage. You have to play to win the game. Otherwise, always you can lose, but always you are yourself. And the times we did really well here when they get results because we play to win the game. Now we don't have alternative for the result that we have in the first leg.
Alex, sorry, can you hear us?
Hi Bernardo, Alex Ashmore. Yes, obviously we had the Guardiola there talking about the courage and perhaps the way that we've seen the games over the recent years between these two sides, and it's become almost one of the biggest rivalries in Europe. We've seen them face each other so many times, and Bernardo Silva was talking about that as well. And it is very true when you come to the Bernabeu. Ancelotti has said it: 90 minutes at the Santiago Bernabeu are very long, and you have to play with courage. And I think when you look at what Bernardo Silva said as well, it's very much that feeling of coming into this game being fearless and trying to go out there on the front foot and really take this game to Real Madrid.
We saw the demeanor of Pep Guardiola, though, and I'm sure you guys can agree. I mean, the slouched, like immediately answering Alex, you have to play with courage.
Yeah.
There is something about the way he was presenting himself. Was there not, Alex?
Yeah, I think sometimes we see this with Pep Guardiola in press conferences. He's very relaxed. He's not afraid to show his emotions. We've seen it on the side of the pitch when he's scratching his head and pulling what would be hair out of his head. And I think we see how stressed he can get. He's not afraid to show those emotions on the pitch and in press conferences. And I think when you look at him, he's experienced at this level. He's had so many high-level ties latter stages in the Champions League, whether that be quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals with Barcelona, with Bayern Munich, and now with Manchester City. But I think perhaps it's almost coming into this feeling relaxed and feeling almost the pressure is off, because they know that they're not the favourites to win tonight. They have that goal disadvantage, and Real Madrid will come into this as the favourites, being at home as well. But they're almost coming into this thinking, this is a win-win. We've got to come in here and play our best and try and find our best moments and our consistency that we've played so well, like at the weekend against Newcastle. And if we come into this and we lose, people would have expected that, and people will say that Real Madrid were meant to win. But if we come in and pull off a result, people will say Man City are back. And I still think that they're one of the most dangerous teams in Europe, and should they get through this tie, they will be one of the favourites going forward in the competition. Like with Real Madrid, even if they're having a bad run of form, you can never bet against them, what I'm saying. And I think Pep Guardiola is almost feeling that relaxation of, let's come into this, let's have some fun, and let's try and take this game to Real Madrid.
Alex, just before we ask you about Bernardo Silva, we do have to give you a quick update that Julian Carranza has scored for Feyenoord, making it 1-1, but the aggregate being 2-1 over at the San Siro. Can you give us a little, prediction on if you think this is going to stay like this? There's about 15 minutes of extra time left in this match.
I mean, it's going to be a tough one. We AC Milan, we know they took the lead and they were going to come into this game thinking we have to score early. They did, and Santiago Jimenez obviously getting the goal against his former side. But when you look at how well Feyenoord have played over the last 90 minutes and in the first leg last week in Rotterdam, I really wouldn't be surprised if now the favours tip in the way of the Dutch side. And I think the longer this game goes on, the more frustrated AC Milan will get, and the more they'll realise that this time might be out of reaching distance. And if it goes to penalties, I think Feyenoord might clips it.
All right, well, let's ask you now about Bernardo Silva and what he had to say regarding the big draw tomorrow against Real Madrid.
Yeah, it was a question about finding their consistency. It hasn't been the best season for Manchester City, we all know that. But I was asking him about how they're going to find those best moments tomorrow and put them in that space of 90 minutes so that they can get the result against Real Madrid tomorrow night. Here's what he had to say.
Lesson for the future, definitely, yeah.
Hi Bernardo, Alex Ashmore here for Sporty TV. You talk about how good Real Madrid are, and then obviously you had that brilliant win against Newcastle at the weekend, but perhaps it's not been the most consistent season for yourselves. Mm-hmm. What do you think are the keys to finding those moments where you have been so good, like against Newcastle coming into tomorrow night's game?
Well, first we have to understand that they're completely different games. Different competitions that require different things in different moments. But yeah, definitely coming off a win, it's also nice for the confidence. It's also a boost for the whole team to come here and be a bit more relaxed, knowing that these type of games require different things than a league game. We will try to do our best to manage the game in the perfect way, to try and create some problems.
All right, Alex, so again, we're seeing a little bit of, I don't know if I want to say just not confidence with the Manchester City showings of Guardiola and now Bernardo Silva. Did you feel the same way?
It's similar, I think, in the way to Guardiola, and there are two sides to the coin. You're right, you could look at it and see that they're relaxed, but when you come into a big game like this, you almost don't want your players to relax. You don't want them to be nervous, but you want them to be ready, and I think it comes down to experience. Bernardo Silva is one of the leaders in that squad, and he's had experience at the top level in Europe at Manchester City, playing so many ties at the latter stage of the Champions League. But I think when you come into these games so often, you obviously still get excited and you're still nervous for these games, but I think you get more used to managing your emotions, and he'll know the pressure that the squad are under. They haven't been at their best this season, both in the Premier League and in the Champions League. And I think he's almost, in a way, trying to, not I think, deflect away from his squad and his players, but I think trying to perhaps reduce the pressure on them in that way of, we're coming into this game, we know the task ahead of us, we know how daunting it will be, we know how good Real Madrid are, but we believe in ourselves, and we know that we've played well for quite large periods of this season. We've had moments where we've been brilliant, like against Newcastle, and I think they have faith that they can pull out those best moments into the game tomorrow night.
All right, well, we know they have a lot of work to do tomorrow, but Alex, brilliant work. We know you'll be back with us shortly for the Watchalong, so you better get moving. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, now, Gary, I do have to come to you first because you had said about 10 minutes ago that you think Milan will get this one done, and now we know they are trailing once again.
Well, yeah. Very Milani, isn't it? This kind of
Very
season.
Milani.
You are, you're never sure what kind of Milan turns up, but yeah. I'm not watching the game, so I'm not sure what happened before the goal came, and so on. But I wouldn't be surprised if a number of things happened that have happened to Milan this season. And so yeah, I don't think Feyenoord will not deserve it if they won this game. I don't think they will not deserve it if they won this game. We are seeing a dashboard, right? So that's Spanish. Can you tell me what I'm seeing on the dashboard?
Gary, I wish I could read that for you, but even with my contact lenses, that font is too small for me.
Okay, I can see. So I can read it for you. It's just in Spanish. That's why.
Okay, I mean, I think I'm the best person to read in Spanish here, man. Let's see it. I mean,
Okay, come on, Clinton.
come on, you know me, man.
Come on, Clinton.
Que pregunta?
We just lost 20 viewers. We just lost 20 viewers. All right. Well, let's move along. Let's go back to Bayern Munich and Celtic. Gary, I want a score prediction for this one before we move on to Atalanta.
Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. 3-0.
3-0 Bayern. Celtic don't even get one on the board in this one.
No.
All right. Shantelle, you back in that?
Yeah, I just don't see them scoring.
Not at all.
I don't see them scoring.
Clean sweep.
Yeah.
3-0 as well?
Yeah.
More?
No. Yeah, 3-0.
3-0. And Clinton. Controversy. Chaos.
No, I think it's going to be 4, actually.
4.
Yeah. In my opinion.
Wow.
Because, listen.
And Celtic don't score. Even though you just said...
No. If Celtic scores one, it's going to be a miracle.
Okay.
But, like I said, that first leg, we did see some kind of fire that came on from Celtic towards the end of the game. Now, if they come with that kind of fire from the start of the game and probably play till, say, 70 minutes, right? I can easily tell you that maybe the game could easily be a 2-1, or maybe more like a 3-1. But I don't really see it. Like you said, they've had, or Gary said, they've had really bad records when it comes to European, playing away, when it comes to this European competition. So, Bayern Munich is a very tough one, and they pretty much understand that their last game wasn't. Sorry, 1 second. I don't know why. I feel like there's going to be a goal somewhere. I mean, it's not a watch-along, but okay. But yeah, I just know that Celtic, they are not solid enough to give you that kind of confidence that they could pull off a win. In Bayern's home, it's like Mackinday just said on the comment section. Celtic will lose in flying colours.
Well, 66% of you say that Celtic will lose this one. So I think there is a general consensus. I'll go 3-1, though. I think in a match like this, it's do or die. I think we've seen Manuel Neuer make some mistakes, and they're going to just push everyone up. If they're already losing 2-0, I think maybe they'll get 1, but it's not going to be substantial enough. Meanwhile, your boy Chukwueze has just come into this game for Yunus Musa, and Tijani Reinders out for Tammy Abraham. Chukwueze to save the day for AC Milan?
I mean, I don't know if Nigerians are good as, apart from Ademola Lookman, I don't know if, or maybe Victor Boniface or Victor Osimhen. These are the 3 people that originally have confidence that they come in to save days. Even Ademola Lookman when they faced Real Madrid, in the Super Cup, we saw that he was supposed to save the day for Atalanta, but him alone couldn't do it. So Chukwueze, whom will probably not place on that level as these 3 super guys from Nigeria. He might pretty much put that energy. The Chukwueze we used to know before, I don't think he's the same Chukwueze we know now. So, he's going to be an addition to the team, but not being a savior.
All right, well, let's talk about Ademola Lookman, because, yes, he has been added to the squad for Atalanta. He isn't starting this match, but Gasperini did say he's likely to come off the bench. Obviously, Atalanta at Bergamo welcoming Club Brugge, being down 2-1. Let's give you the starting lineup, starting with Atalanta. Carnesci in between the sticks. Toloi, Jimiciti, oh my God, the Eastern European names. Kolasinac, there we go.
We're going to say cholesterol.
No, Kolasinac, Cuadrado being subbed in here. He was used as a substitute last time. Darun, Ederson, Zappacosta, De Ketelaere, Pasalic, and Retegui up front. So the same front 3 we saw in the first leg, and Ademola Lookman on the bench here for Club Brugge. It's being led by Jutla. with Solis and Talibi. In the middle, they have Onyedika, Vanakin, Jashari. The back four of De Coupier, Michel, Ordonez, and Says, and Mignolet in the back. Gary, Adamel Lookman making an appearance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, lots of people were following that because his involvement was always going to be key, whether he was going to start or not. Atalanta would want him to have, some involvement rather than not at all. So it's good news. He's not fully fit, yes, but I mean, a half fit Ademola Lookman is better than a no fit Ademola Lookman. So I think it will be good. It's also interesting when I was looking at some of the possible tactical formations as well. Club Brugge are a stubborn team, aren't they?
Yeah.
Very stubborn. Very stubborn team. So Atalanta will have their work cut out for them. But I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Gasperini, who has gotten a bit of history from last weekend. And I think he's got more points in European competition than anybody else, apart from Massimiliano Allegri, in terms of Italian managers. So yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, Shantelle, we did see, maybe what would have been an upset last week. Club Brugge won the first leg here. Not a great performance from Atalanta. And I think we also have to consider that Atalanta were the top finishing team in that group of teams that were into the knockout round. They finished 9th, and Club Brugge finished 24th. But we were all watching that game together, but separately. But Atalanta were outplayed by this side.
Yeah. No, that was confusing for me, somebody watching neutral. And I'm looking to see that they will find form and learn from whatever went wrong in the first leg, because I wasn't expecting that performance from them. So tonight, I'm expecting more from them, because it cannot go on. Like, again, I love when an underdog can come and pull off a surprise win. I'm always for it. But I need more from Atalanta.
Yeah. Clinton, obviously I know you want to see your boy Lookman come into this game, but as Gary mentioned, he's not 100% fit. Now, is there concern for Atalanta? Because they are now 5 points off the top in the Serie A, Inter leading the way. They drew 0-0 to Cagliari over the weekend. They're out of the Italian Supercoppa. So is there a concern that a non-fit Adamel Lookman, if they need him coming in maybe in the 65th, 70th minute, to then maybe still get kicked out of this tournament, and then they still have a long way to go in the Serie A, and they are trying to push for a trophy here?
Well, first of all, we've got to understand that Ademola Lookman level of play is, even if he has 10 minutes, he's bound to come, cause serious trouble, right? But in my opinion, I would have loved to see him start a game, especially when it's this important. Now, it's quite surprising to note that this Atalanta, they struggle to win games that we would normally expect them to win, especially having this caliber of players. First of all, Cataler is somebody whom I have serious, extreme confidence in. When you see the kind of goals he scores, then you now come to Retegi, who even scores 4 goals in a game. I mean, he's done it just recently. You would think that, okay, if Ademola Lookman is injured, no problem. But it's seeming like, without him being there, these guys are kind of struggling to give us that normal Atalanta level of play. And I don't think that, even with Ademola Lookman coming in at some point during this game, it still means that they would have any high confidence of making it through. Now, in my opinion, if there is any chance Ademola Lookman was able to start, if I was the coach, I would be taking any risk possible.
But don't you want to see if they can get something done without him first?
Well, I mean, we've seen
he might injure himself, and then you might have him out for more
for
of the
a
season.
longer time.
Listen. They're not
So
doing
I
well
wanna
in the
risk
Serie
it.
A right now. That's what I'm saying. They don't want to drop. They're in 3rd. If they drop any more, they could be out of Champions League contention. That's all I'm saying. You have to kind of have an eye over here looking at the Serie A. And I think Gasperini is thinking, we have a good enough team. You have Cuadrado. You have, like you said, De Catale, Retegi. You have so many attacking players. And I know they're not Lookman, but I think he's hoping they can do enough so I don't have to risk this guy, our most important player.
But this is what I'm saying, though. Like, how many games have Ademola Lookman, not played, and you've seen the performance level, right? For me, now, hang on. What happened with Manchester City against Real Madrid in the last game? Yeah, they struggled, and then at some point they brought in Umar Mamouche, which I felt like coaches, they make this mistake of bringing in players when it's too late. Yeah, and then what happens? We start saying, "Oh man, if only we knew." Because maybe this player might come in, start causing serious trouble, and people start wishing that, "Oh man, this guy could have actually started because he's literally come in, he's changed the game." Yeah. So listen, like you said, or like we have pretty much agreed that this Atalanta team, without Ademola Lookman, they look like they should easily be winning games without the young man. But we also know how important this guy is or has been for Atalanta. For a long time, he has been literally the star boy. Before we started seeing goals from Retegi. Retegi pretty much scores goals. But I'm still going to tell you for free, not because Ademola Lookman is somebody from where I come from, but I know how good he is. I know the kind of problem he causes. We've seen games where only Ademola Lookman has decided to
But
turn
he's
up.
not in his top form right
no,
now.
listen, you don't get it. I understand it.
No.
I'm telling you
No,
that.
but you're
listen,
missing Sara's
hold
point.
on. A half Ademola Lookman right now. Can you let me talk at least? Yeah.
I think interject.
A half fit Ademola Lookman, I still believe in him. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I understand that he might, but listen, would you?
But that's not my point.
There is.
I think we all believe in him.
Exactly.
The point is you don't want to risk him getting injured further when they are dropping from the
Fam, he's still going to play anyways. Why? What makes you think that he's still not going to get injured within that 14 minutes he's going to come in?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying, why are you going to put him in if Gasparini can suss out the vibe, see if the 11 men on the pitch can do it against Club Brugge?
But he's not doing it though. But I mean, okay, no, I know.
That's why
maybe
he's not starting Lookman.
Yeah, but no, I know.
Because he's
that.
trying
I
to
know
see
that.
maybe he can.
Because no, you asked me a question. I am telling you my opinion, right? I understand where you're coming from. This is your opinion. This is your belief. This is normal thing in football to say if a player is coming in from injury, yeah, don't start them. Wait and see. Judge the environment.
You're saying risk it.
I'm saying for me,
saying risk it.
personally,
Yeah.
if he's able to kick the ball, right, at this point, knowing how we've been performing with these same star players and knowing where they are in the Champions League now, everybody wants to qualify. I'm telling you, as KlintonCod, whom everybody knows I do the opposite of what everybody does, I'm bringing in him to start literally, I'm not even wasting time. I just need to ask him, Ademola, can you dribble right now? He says yes. Can you score a goal? He says yes. Can you run? He says yes. Bro, start this game.
Gary, thoughts? Do you risk it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely support the decision to bring him off the bench. And I think we are all agreed, including Clinton, even though he doesn't want to admit it, that Ademola is just too important to risk at this point in the season.
Mm-hmm.
I hear what he's saying, that, pushing him into, if his body tells him that he's ready to deliver and help them, to advance in the Champions League, is worth doing. But I think that over the course of the season, if at the end of the season they look back and they risked Lookman from minute 1 in this game and he got injured versus bringing him in minutes 65 or 70, at the end of the season, they would say, we probably should have brought him in minute 65 or 70, So, yeah. But apart from that, I think that, again, as Clinton has mentioned a couple of times, they should have a team that are good enough to trouble this troublesome Brugge side. And I just saw a bit of trivia that I really wanted to share. The Catalan was born in Brugge, was a ball boy for Brugge.
Yeah.
Wow.
As well. Yeah, he was born in Brugge. He was a ball boy for Brugge. He joined the club in 2008 when he was 7 years, was a ball boy. He made a senior team debut. He was so good, they broke the existing club record. And then at age 18, they gave him a senior team debut. Then he went on to score 20 goals in 120 games. Won 3 league titles with them before joining Milan.
We love to hear it.
Yeah, the rest is history. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, so
That's
I don't know how
story,
he's going to feel. Yeah, this is going to be a,
An
whatever
emotional
game
stuff.
for
Yeah,
him.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
it's
already
gonna
lost
be
to
an
them
emotional game.
in Belgium in the last one. So, I mean, I don't think this one will
And
be
today,
as emotional.
remember, Fabrizio reported today that Man City are almost officially looking to replace Kevin De Bruyne with the Catalan.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's going to be playing today's game for more than one reason, because people are going to be looking at him. I mean, to be the successor to Kevin De Bruyne is a big deal. So with Fabrizio officially tweeting and reporting that, then, well, I mean, I'm sure his agent is going to tell him, bro, it's do or die today, man.
It's do or die. All right.
Yeah, it's only a couple of minutes before the game starts, so we would see what happens? But like I said, not like I'm being stubborn. I still stand my ground. Like, you know, I mean, no say, I get
Now, we know you are not stubborn. I mean, right now, we know you are not stubborn. Clinton is just being Clinton. It's not just
Wait,
stubborn. You know, you are the man.
That's stubborn. Gary.
No,
Gary.
I mean, come on.
Don't lie.
No,
Yeah.
but truly, though, I'm a very calm guy. You know, I don't like, I'm not really
Come on,
that
come
stubborn.
on, Sarah. I'm making peace with the guy. I'm making
You're
peace with the
trying.
guy
You haven't been on the
for
show in a
ulterior
while.
motives.
You don't want to cause any problems. But I sure do. Gary, if you're basing it off this season, who are you taking on Atalanta? Retegui or Lookman?
Oh boy, Lookman definitely.
Okay, and tell me
Lookman
why.
the better player.
Oh, the better player, sorry.
He brings more to the team. He brings more to the
More than
team
20
all
Serie A
round.
goals out of their 54?
I knew that was coming.
I'm
it's
just here.
But this, to me, I feel like this is a very easy equation, though. But I'll wait for Gary to finish, and then I'll give my opinion on that.
You know, I knew that 20 goals was coming, but all round, it's just like the whole Messi-Ronaldo equation again. Right. Ronaldo probably going to give you 25 goals by this time this season, and Messi is not going to give you, in the same team, he's not going to give you that number of goals. But all round, who's going to give you more? And I'll take Ademola Lookman.
Before I cut to you, AC Milan have officially been the first team knocked out of the knockout stage. Sergio Conceição's men could not do enough, and now Santiago Jimenez might be thinking, I should have stayed at Feyenoord. All right, well, I don't know if anyone had this one, but Feyenoord played incredibly and deserved the win. I think we can all agree on that.
Definitely.
And also probably our first upset. I wouldn't say it's massive because of the first leg. We saw how Feyenoord could play. We saw that they won. But if you're looking on paper, AC Milan obviously the bigger team. So congrats to Feyenoord, and they're on their way to the round of 16. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, no, I'm just coming back to the whole Ademola Lookman or Retegui. You know, just to add what Gary said. You know, these two players are two different players. One is an out striker. I mean, his job is to score goals, right? And the one thing I can tell you for free is if you are in a team where you have good wingers, you have good midfielders, fact is you will literally score goals. And he's a very good goal scorer, and that's why he has all these goals. Ademola Lookman is the person who plays the ball. He's the one who finds the goal. So when you come back to Messi and Ronaldo again, Messi is the one who walks the goal. He's the one who finds it, and he says, you know what, I want you to score, I want you to score. Ademola Lookman does all the dirty job. He's the one who's doing all the running, and he's getting the ball into the 18-yard box to say, Retegui, if you are there, don't worry, just relax. Let me do the hard job, and let me give you the ball. The question is, if you were to put Retegui, hang on, somebody getting a red card after winning again? Jesus Christ.
No, that was the red card.
Okay, from earlier.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, but nah, I would always, and obviously, Sarah, I know you would always think that I'm making this decision based on the fact that he's my homeboy. But clearly, Ademola Lookman is more of an important player for the team than Retegui would be. Anybody could literally be in that striking position, anybody that playing for Atalanta, and you have two wingers like Ademola Lookman who would find that ball into the 18-yard box, taking on defenders, and there would always be a goal. Mm-hmm. So that's it. I mean, how many games have we watched where we've actually said that, listen, at some point, people were actually comparing him to Vinicius to say who is, we won't say because, Vinicius is on another level. He's playing for one of the biggest teams in the world. But does Ademola Lookman have as much as what Vinicius has? Of course he does have it. But, he plays for Atalanta.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I'm just asking questions here. I'm just stirring the pot.
The last one the last thing I would add is that, Retegui has 20 goals. Yeah, impressive. Ademola Lookman has 10 goals and 5 assists. So that, again, goes to bolster my assertion that from a team point of view, he probably brings more to the team point of view than Retegui. And,
Absolutely. I want to get a score prediction for this one before we move on to the final game. Gary, again, we'll start with you. You back in Atalanta?
Oh, boy. I just lost one prediction. You're giving me another one, man.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You lost one already. We've been on air
just
for
lost one
45 minutes.
For all of 45 minutes, and I'm losing predictions.
Okay, whatever
already.
Gary says, we'll go the opposite.
I'm thinking Atalanta, yeah. I think they would have too much for Club Brugge in this one. I think so.
Okay. But both teams to score? unlike Bayern and Celtic?
Yeah, both teams to score.
Okay,
Both teams to
Shantelle?
score, yeah.
I think, again, I know what Atalanta is capable of doing, and I do see them coming out on top. So I'm going to say maybe I see 1 goal. No, 2-1.
2-1 to Atalanta.
Yeah.
So that means it would go into extra time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to extra time based
Oh.
on the first leg,
Oh, that should be nice.
but I'm all for it.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Mr. ClintonCod.
I'm seeing a 3-1 for Atalanta.
Okay. Easy win.
I mean, not an easy win, but 3-1. 3-1 doesn't sound easy to me.
I don't think it will be an easy game overall. So.
I don't think so either, and that's why I'm going to say it's going to be 2-1 to Club Brugge.
Wow.
I don't want peace. I want
Oh,
problems. No, I need to
boy.
stir it up a bit because I think we all said Bayern. This game is over. We have one more game left, which I think we might all go the same way for that. So this one, I'll switch it. Just while Clinton and I watch together, we can have a little fun. Okay, so let's move on to the final game, and it is Benfica at the Estadio de Luz welcoming Monaco. Our lineups for Benfica: Trubin, Thomas Araujo, who was supposed to be injured, but he is here. Antonio Silva, Otamendi, Carreras. We have Arnes, Barreiro, Orkun, Karim Pavlidis, and Schledrup. And for Monaco, with a lot of injuries, we know that, and a couple of suspensions, we have Majeki, Caio Henrique, Mawisa, Singo, Kera, Diata, Akliush, Kamara, Ben Seguir, Mbolo, and Minamino sliding into this lineup. Shantelle, you had eyes on this game, specifically last time, and you were very upset with the first half because you wanted more from it. You were calling on Pavlidis. He did eventually score, but it wasn't necessarily the best game from both sides, even though obviously Benfica did get a point, but it is only 1 point. But now going into the second half, we do know that there are a lot of injuries on both sides. Di Maria is out, but at least Benfica know they didn't really play with him anyways, and they already won that game. But it's a big loss for Monaco with, who am I thinking of who got sent off? Al Musrati, there we go. So he's obviously not going to be there. Yeah. But Benfica at home as well. Do you see this being difficult for Monaco?
No. Again, I was expecting more from Benfica because they're second in their league. We've seen, again, I keep calling on that Barcelona game because they really delivered, even though they lost, but they really played. And in the first half, we realized Monaco was dominating. And I didn't expect the first and only goal to come in at 48 minutes from Pavlidis. And again, Monaco, you could see that they were feeding off being at home. They had nothing to lose. They were going all out. And no, I want to say that Benfica, because in the second half we saw where they really found form and everything started to look together. So I want to say that Benfica will come back and maybe score 2 goals. I still don't see Monaco scoring because they have a lot of players injured, players suspended. It's not really looking good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they will still play defensively as they did in the first leg, but I'm not expecting much from them.
Yeah, Al Musrati out with the yellow, Vanderson and
Vanderson, and then Zachary, he's out as well.
All of them on suspensions here. Gary, I see this only going one way, and I see this being a win for Benfica. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, same. I find it difficult to. I mean, anything Monaco gets out of this game will be quite. will make them very, very happy. I don't think even they expect, just not because Benfica are that much better, but because they have their odds stacked against them, Monaco, and it's going to be difficult to get anything out of this game. So a straight Benfica win for me, I guess.
Yeah. Clinton, do you agree? Do you disagree? You've seen, Monaco obviously started their Champions League campaign once upon a time beating Barcelona in September. But since then, it hasn't been so good.
Yeah, but then I've not really still been impressed with Benfica either way.
Okay.
Like we saw the last game, first half was pretty much very boring. And
do you think playing at home will play into this, though?
I mean, I'm beginning not to believe a lot of this playing at home because we saw Real Madrid and Manchester City and, home did not really help at the Etihad for Manchester City. This is Champions League football, and for me, things are very different. Remember the conversations we always had here that when it comes to Champions League, it's almost like, why am I speaking like I'm in a press conference like Bernardo Silva? But I mean, it's more like there's a spirit that comes with it, and I always never want to accept the whole, because we are playing at home, there's going to be some kind of change. If it was their league game, okay, I would understand. For me, is how good the players are performing. This is something I buy into. I look at how they distribute ball. I look at the fitness of players. I look at, the capabilities on the pitch. And like I said, Benfica, they are not really giving me the Benfica that I used to know, that I used to watch, that I used to put my money on when I used to.
In the 80s.
Yeah, this was before you were born. So now, she mentioned it, and we're watching the games here as well. They were not very impressive. They were not giving you the vibe of these people are even ready to go on to the next level in the Champions League campaign. So Monaco, on the other hand, you did mention from the start of the campaign, they were very good. They beat Barcelona, in their first game during the qualification stage. And, the
league phase.
The league phase, sorry. And, yeah, things have not been the same, but, bruh.
And not only that. Sorry to cut you, Clinton, but not only that, for Benfica, Monaco at some point they were playing with one player down.
Well, I mean, in fact, yeah.
So,
this is normally, like I said, on paper, I will easily just said, give it to Benfica. They are much of a better team, whatever. No, but this one is different. They are going to be playing with their foot. I'm hoping they are not stupid enough to do anything that means it's going to cost them a player. And if you ask me what my scoreline prediction for this one is, one of those ones I'm not even sure. I'll probably tell you, I don't know. Anything would happen.
Does this change your thoughts at all that in the last 10 away games for Monaco, they've won 1? When they win 2, it could probably start with this game. Okay, so you think so that it doesn't mean anything to you, that they're horrible on the road?
Well, they won 1 already, right? So
of 10? Of
10. But maybe before they won that one, right, we would have given our analysis, assuming we're talking about before they won the first one, and then boom, 1 added, like 1 came in.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe this might be the difference. This might be the 2.
Right.
That we might speak about in the future to be like, in 12 games, you won 2 away.
Well, in 11.
Okay, maybe in 11. Maybe I'm just not doing my mathematics properly, but...
Okay, so I'm confused. Give me a pick. Who's going to go through, Monaco or Benfica?
I'll pass on that one.
Benfica.
Benfica.
Yeah, that one.
No, you have to pick. Come on. I mean, I picked Club Brugge to go through. It doesn't matter.
All right,
if
you know what?
Right,
I'll go for Monaco.
Okay, there you go. See, interesting. Just something, a little spice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for us. But we will be jumping back on our socials to do a Champions League watch along for all of these 3 games. All right. Gary, are you staying with us? Are you leaving us?
No, I'm going onto the radio.
Go to the couch? Gonna turn the games on?
Now he's going to Twitter straight up to see if there's been an acceptance.
On the radio.
Okay, the radio, right? Okay, I thought it was Twitter.
Okay, well, Gary, it was a pleasure to have you back on the show.
No,
maybe you should come back.
Yeah, after the radio, I'll go to Twitter.
All right. Well, we hope to see you again soon, Mr. Popular.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on, man. I will be back.
Guys.
I'll be back.
All right. Well, we'll be back, too. Champions League watch-along coming up. And again, Sporty Show tomorrow. Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Yes, it's the big one, guys, and we have you covered for that, as always. So, until then, which is now, enjoy the football because Champions League is coming up. Oh, I've just been told we're actually not going, which is very interesting.
Oh, so my airboy is going to wait.
It's going to come up after the show.
You guys
All
are
right,
lucky,
guys. Well, we are apparently not leaving. We thought we were, but we're not. We're staying with you guys right through until the gym. Gary, Gary. I don't know how to act. I don't know what's going on.
Gary, they say we cannot shoot. We cannot throw bomb.
All right, guys. Talk later.
Gary, thank you so much.
All
right, Clinton. Well, we got some football coming up. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff here. We have Bayern Munich taking on Celtic at the Allianz, at the Estadio de Luz, Benfica welcoming Monaco, and over in Italy in Bergamo, Atalanta, and maybe Adamella Lookman taking on Club Brugge. What game are you most excited for?
That's a very brilliant question. What game am I excited for? Clinton. I'm not going to say Bayern Munich because I was pretty much not very impressed with. I think the one I was probably supposed to be excited for is just finished, which is AC Milan versus Feyenoord.
I feel like that too, if I'm honest.
Yeah, honestly. But at this point, I think I might have to think about Atalanta and Club Brugge. You know, I think that that one would be more exciting compared to the rest of them that we have coming on. Celtic, Bayern, nah, not very keen on that one. AC Milan, Benfica, Monaco, not that one either. So yeah, Atalanta, Club Brugge.
I love that Markinde was like, why are you not going? Where are you going? Even he's confused. I mean, listen, we have no clue. We're just sticking with you guys throughout the entire match. Actually, Clinton, you should be maybe putting one of those other ones on your computer while we wait over here, because we do have Bayern Munich versus Celtic on the screen. And Shantelle, you will be covering Benfica and Monaco?
Yeah.
Okay. Hoping for a better match.
Let's see. It should be a better match. I feel like they have some sort of an advantage, so they could easily win this if they play their cards right. Benfica.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, being the second leg, I think it's all cards are on the table.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose. I'm hoping, while we saw a good first match of the second leg with Feyenoord and Milan, I'm hoping the rest kind of continue. I want to see fearless football at this point.
No, that's the thing. I want to be entertained.
Yeah.
I don't want to see what I saw in the first leg.
I saw.
No, it's the second leg. Come on, let's up it up a notch, man. This is Champions League football, so I'm expecting. I want to be entertained. That's the thing.
I want to be entertained. Well, the more I think about it, the more I think the Club Brugge and Atalanta match will be a lot closer than maybe we think. So maybe that could be the most exciting match, because I really do feel Bayern is going to dominate at the Allianz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clinton? Thoughts?
Yep.
Concerns?
Yep.
Somebody on YouTube said Monaco, 12-player out?
Yeah.
Either by injuries or suspension. That's what I'm saying. Like, it should be easy for Benfica.
They're so depleted.
Like, it's literally a depleted squad.
Yeah. We do have the players coming onto the pitch here at the Allianz and at the Estadio de Luz. It's about to kick off.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down. And who will be joining Milan on their way out? We'll know in about 2 hours' time. But it will be good. All the players getting it. Oh, God, you just love a Champions League evening. As we mentioned, Jota starting for Celtic, the young man of the boys, as they call themselves, looking to make a change here at the Allianz. All right, I've been told that Alex Ashmore has magically appeared back in our studio. Hello, Alex.
Hello, everyone. I've come rushing over from Santiago Bernabeu.
We appreciate it.
Going to be keeping an eye on Atalanta against Club Brugge tonight. And, it should be a good game. I think when you look at the two teams, with Lookman coming back into that Atalanta team, and we see Sara Kolasinac making a start, again coming back. So I'll run you through the teams. We've got Karnaseki in goal. They've gone for a back three of Kolasinac, Dimisiti, and Toloi at that right-sided centre-back of the back three. We've got Davide Zappacosta at the left wing-back, Darun, Ederson and Cuadrado making up the rest of that midfield four. Palasic in that 10 role, Retegui and Charles de Ketelaere up front for Atalanta. As for Club Brugge, who hold the advantage, the 1-goal advantage coming into this game, we've got Simon Mignolet in goal, we've got Seis Ordonez, Michele and De Kuyper at left back. We've got Jashari and Onyedika in the centre defensive midfield position. We've got Talbi, Van Aken and Tzolis on the left side, and then Jugla up front for Club Brugge. And now it's going to be a difficult game for both teams. I think when you look at the parameters in this game and the ramifications, both teams will be looking to get that little bit further into the competition, and will be looking to try and really stamp their mark on the rest of Europe and send a message out to the other teams in the competition, because we saw Atalanta last season how good they were against teams in the Europa League, such as Liverpool, such as Bayer Leverkusen, and they're looking to repeat that this season. So we run through the bench. We've obviously got Rui Patricio in goal the substitute options for Atalanta: Francesco Rossi, Stefan Posch, Marco Palestra, Lazar Samardic, Federico Casa, Matteo Ruggeri, Marco Brescianini, Raul Beilanova, Ibrahim Soleimani, Vanja Vlahovic, and of course Ademola Lookman, which of course Clinton will be very happy about when it comes to seeing his boy back on the pitch for Atalanta. He's been injured out for a while and has been missing, I think, one of the key players missing for that Atalanta side. Got Nordin Jakers up in the substitutes bench for Club Brugge: Zaid Romero, Hugo Siget, Jorne Spillers, Kiriani Save, Hugo Vetlesen, Kasper Nielsen, Romeo Vermant, Mikael Skoras, and Gustav Nielsen for Club Brugge on the bench. And we're about to kick off here in Bergamo. We've seen some big games at the Brugge Stadium so far this season. Of course, Real Madrid making that trip over to northern Italy to face Atalanta, getting that win, a much-needed win at the time for Real Madrid. And Atalanta now coming into this game with a 1-goal deficit. Club Brugge 2-1 up, of course, with that late goal in the first leg over in Bruges in Belgium last week. And the test will be for Atalanta. They want to put their mark and stamp their mark on this game as soon as possible, because if they don't, the longer they leave it, it could get messy for them. And of course, they need more than 1 goal to finish it within the 90 minutes. So when you look at the game, it's an important one for Atalanta. We've got an exciting night of Champions League football. And then we see Giampiero Gasperini, the Atalanta manager, as Cuadrado swings in across here, and it's hit by the first man and out for another corner to Atalanta. And, well, it's a nervy start for the Belgian side. They're having to do some defending. We're just 1 minute in. And as Juan Cuadrado here takes another corner, we see the ball get swung in, and it's headed just over the bar there by Atalanta. And it's an early chance, as Pasalic is the man who heads the ball over the bar. An early chance there for Atalanta as they look to get back in this tie, an important one for both teams, and good signs of what's to come tonight for the Italian side. Club Brugge, of course, with their manager Nicky Hayen there, looking to see this game through and see themselves into the last 16 of the Champions League. And a club like Club Brugge, who will want to go quite far in this competition and perhaps prove a few people wrong. As Club Brugge come forward here, and there's a ball through. It's another ball through, and we've got a one-on-one situation. The defenders are coming back for Atalanta. It's a shot, it's a goal for Club Brugge. Against the run of play, Club Brugge have taken the lead here in Bergamo. It's Talbi with the goal for the Belgian side. Atalanta dominating those opening exchanges, but against the run of play, a counter-attack from Club Brugge, and they have taken the lead here at the Brugge Stadium. Completely against the run of play. They will check for a possible offside, but it's a beautiful ball across to Talsi, as we see a wonderful strike across goal there. And that is 1-0 to Club Brugge against the run of play, and not what we expected in this early stages at the Brugge Stadium.
Alex Ashmore, because I did go for Club Brugge. So this
You actually did, you know.
This is good news for me. That means now Club Brugge up 3-1 on aggregate to Atalanta, and they have a lot of work to do at Bergamo. Maybe that means, Clinton, that we see Ademola Lookman coming into this game earlier than expected.
Well, I mean, I think this is just going to prove what I've been saying all this while, because I know they will probably bring him in when they are maybe like 3 goals down, and it's going to be more of a a hassle for them to start finding a goal, and it's just going to probably make him just overwork himself when he should have been doing it from the start. But am I the coach? I'm not the coach. They pretty much understand the game more than I do, and whatever happens to them is their business.
All right, well, let's jump to Shantelle, who's watching Benfica and Monaco for us. Shantelle, how's that game kicking off?
Okay, so I just said before that I want to be entertained because it's Champions League football. No, we can see where the game is on and both teams are playing in a sense of, ooh, we just missed a shot.
Well, both teams are. I don't think there are any other teams.
A shot. This is what I want.
Okay, right.
Both the teams are playing. I can't even say who is dominating right now because it's just back and forth football. So I'm pretty sure in less than 5 minutes, I probably will have something to report. Maybe we'll see a goal, maybe we won't.
Okay.
But it's looking very competitive right now.
Well, we love to hear it. We love to hear it. We're hoping to see that on our end as well with Bayern Munich and Celtic. And actually, we're looking, it looks like there's a chance here. It's Michael Olise with the ball, trying to get it into there. There's a shot, and oof, it looked like it was going to be a goal from a header here. But Gnabry didn't get his head on it just quite right, went wide of the net. But a chance here for Bayern Munich, early on into this match, Clinton. And that's not looking good for Celtic if this is how early they are turning on the gas.
Yeah, no, definitely. Gnabry should be scoring that goal, but I think he needs to shave off his hair, man, because that hair literally denied him of that goal. I mean, look at it.
It did go right into the defender. Unfortunately, Celtic did well to get behind that, but Bayern Munich definitely pressing in this one. All right, Alex, 1-0 at Bergamo. How's that looking for Atalanta?
For Club Brugge tonight, defending those set pieces. We see Cuadrado put in 2 early before the first goal there, and I think that is going to be the angle of attack tonight from Atalanta. As it's, I think, thrown them off a little bit, because coming into the first 2 minutes, they were the dominating team. They were the team that was controlling those opening exchanges, and now against the run of play, Club Brugge have taken the lead. As we say that, Atalanta on the attack here and have another corner. So they're clearly woken up a little bit, but I think it's shaken both the team and the crowd, because it's not what I was expecting, and it's not what many people are expecting, as I say. As a cross we get coming in here from Atalanta, and it's well blocked by Club Brugge. But yes, 1-0 to Club Brugge against the run of play, 6 minutes gone.
Now, Clinton, with Celtic, the thing is, if they score early on in this match, which obviously they'd love to, but if they score early on in this match, it also just means it's level. Michael Olise with another cross here. It's a bit long, that one, but Olise is looking like he's going to be the creator in this game, like you were talking about on the Sporty show earlier. It means that Celtic are only equal in this match, right? And that isn't good enough for them. And that still isn't giving us enough confidence, is it, that they will be able to score then another one without Bayern scoring a goal at all?
No, I mean, I don't think it's very much possible when you understand where they are playing currently. When we look at even who is dominating, you could clearly see that. Okay, hang on. Oof.
Ooh.
Nah, sorry. I think what's just happened is Celtic just had a semi-attack, which I thought that they would have been able to make use of. But my boy Upamecano was able to guide that one through to the goalkeeper. But from this first 5 minutes, you could clearly see that if there's any team that would be dominating and oppressing, it's going to be Bayern. Celtic, I think they've only just come here to take a look at how beautiful their stadium is and maybe go back home and just be happy that they played up to this point in the Champions League.
Shantelle, can you give us an update? 7 minutes gone in Benfica and Monaco. And which team is dominating so far in the early minutes?
Okay, so it's definitely Benfica. But Monaco, they're playing better than I expected. Well, not really, because I did say that they would be playing very defensively, and we're seeing that. We could have seen a goal from Mbolo, but it was cleared. But I'm waiting for it to kick it up a notch. I'm not going to lie, the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes in, they were on fire, but now we're seeing what we saw in the first half. Them just going back and forth, Monaco being super defensive, and Benfica just trying to find a way to break through that barrier.
All right, well, let's see. Maybe a more even affair here. Oh, and Bayern are really pressing here. I mean, Clinton, it looks like they have most of the possession.
No, definitely. I think at this point, if I was to judge by the possession, it's probably going to be more like a 90-10. Celtic not really doing so much.
80-20. Not bad.
80-20. Okay.
Bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
No, I mean, like, not bad that you guessed. I mean,
oh, right. I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, okay.
Not bad. No, that's bad for Celtic. No, I bet your guess.
It's not too good for a team that needs to score a goal as soon as possible, and if they want to qualify, score an additional one. But I don't see that one happening for the Celtic.
I think it's just more so the fact that I can see Celtic scoring, but I can't see them not conceding a goal more.
I don't see them scoring, to be honest.
I think they'll get one. Like I said, I went 3-1. Yeah, I mean, listen, imagine Bayern go up 2-0. They're already losing. They're going to push. They're going to play a little bit lighter. They're going to play wider. They're not going to worry about the counter as much because it doesn't matter if they're 2-0, if they're 3-0. That maybe then, but I think that would maybe happen more so in the second if Bayern do go up by a couple goals. Alex, speaking of possession, it seems to be all Atalanta at the moment. What's the case with that?
It is Atalanta controlling the ball here and obviously trying to build up a period of possession where they can put a foothold, get a foothold in the game tonight. And they are showing some attacking promises, but so far everything that's thrown forward towards that Club Brugge defence is being dealt with rather easily. And we know that Atalanta have come into tonight with that goal deficit. But I think when you look at the way that the Club Brugge have set up tonight, I think they'll be buoyant from that opening 10 minutes, because when you look at, I think the way that Atalanta are attacking as well, I think we could see a tough test for Atalanta tonight.
I think so. We just saw a chance for Harry Kane playing on that wing where Olise usually is, Clinton. He's trying to now get it past the keeper, but that angle was very tight. But again, it's another chance for Bayern Munich, and we are 9 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very heavy shot from Harry Kane. Harry Kane is pretty much, he's a striker. He's got the instinct to strike from anywhere. I see Harry Kane, if he goes to cross a corner, he's probably trying to score a goal from there. You know,
Yeah.
he'll probably sonalize it. You know, you remember the last...
Sonalize. Sonalize, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a new word for people scoring from the corner.
There.
But, yeah, you know, I think at this point, they're probably going to say to themselves, you know, Olise, if I find myself in this your territory, just let me be there for the meantime, and you know, let's you know, a kind of swap. We've seen Olise literally score goals from any kind of position. He's very good at it. So
Yeah.
I think in this one we are going to probably see more of that switch between them two, and maybe.
Olise, 5 goals in 10 matches. Harry Kane, 7 in 9. Both of them are lethal, as we know. Not to mention the likes of Gnabry. If Leroy Sané comes on, Jamal Musiala can get one past. So yep, well, it's still 0-0. So not all hope is lost. Shantelle, how are we doing? Benfica, Monaco, also 0-0.
Yeah, still no goals yet, but again, for a squad that's basically depleted, you know, Van der Sar out, Maserati, the January edition, also out. They have injuries against them, suspensions. They're actually doing a lot better than Benfica right now. We saw where Mimno could have scored, but great save. We see where he's literally on the ball, looking for a goal, trying to find that goal. But Benfica just needs to wake up. They're literally having that same first half that they did in the first leg. Not sure why. Pavlidis is a bit quiet. I don't know if he's waiting for the second half to wake up again. But Benfica, something is happening to them that I'm not sure what it is. They're not looking like what I would expect from them. So I guess I'm just giving them time to see what will happen. But as it is right now, Monaco is playing pretty well against them.
All right, well, Monaco know that they obviously need to win this one away from home with a depleted squad from suspensions and injuries. Alex, you have the game with the only goal so far of the 3 this evening, and maybe the most controversial as it stands right now, Club Brugge being the big underdogs.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think many people expected it. I think maybe you said you were going for Club Brugge in this one, but I think I had Atalanta as my favourites here, and they are still controlling the game. They have been the team controlling possession, and they're coming forward just as we speak now. But it's every time the ball gets thrown forward, but Club Brugge are able to deal with the onslaught, and I think it will be a long night for the Belgian side. They will have to do a lot of defending, but Atalanta will have to change up their ideas a little bit if they want to break down this Club Brugge defence, because at the moment, everything that they're offering is getting dealt with far too easily, and we're just under 15 minutes in, and I don't think it's fair to say that Atalanta have had a decent shot on target, or a goal-threatening opportunity. He says that as they shoot just past the post, but still nothing threatening for Club Brugge, as it's Atalanta 0, Club Brugge 1.
Yes, but you know what, Alex? I think this is what I chalk it up to, and it could be the fact that Ademola Lookman isn't on the pitch. But when we look at Atalanta, last week this was the problem. They couldn't finish their chances. Speaking of Ademola Lookman on the pitch, looking like he wants to come on, I'm sure, but they weren't able to finish their chances. They weren't able to do the same thing over the weekend against Cagliari. Yes, we saw a big win against Verona over, I think now 2 weeks ago, 5-0, but they struggled to score. They drew Torino 1-1. And I think this is the issue with Atalanta, is that even with the likes of Retegui still there, who's scoring goals, and if Lookman is playing, they aren't critical with their chances in, you know, the final third there.
I think you're right. When you look at the consistency, and I think if you look back to October and November, you'd say Atalanta were one of the teams up there that you consider in that title race. But they've severely dropped off in terms of form over the last couple of months, and we see them in Europe. They've had some performances where they've played really good football but not quite got the result. We look at that Real Madrid game as the prime example, where they played some good football, but it looked like Ademola Lookman was the only real threat to that Real Madrid defence. And tonight has been the same. I think it is about finishing those chances. They've had 66% possession. They've had 5 attempts, 4 corners, and it's still 1-0 Brugge, and Club Brugge have had 1 shot. That's it. And I think that is the story of the game. Domination, but nothing, no end product when you come into the final third.
Clinton, if Celtic somehow win this game, Gary was talking about it, talking about how, listen, I'm calling a spade here, but if they somehow win this game, in terms of upsets in Champions League history, where does this rank? What do you put this up there with?
So you say if they win the game and qualify?
Yes, if they go through.
Over Bayern?
Yeah. And we're talking about, this is the round of 16. They could get knocked out. I'm sorry, this is the knockout round. They could get knocked out in the round of 16.
Yeah, of course.
Which is still kind of early, right?
No, of course.
But to beat Bayern Munich.
What a goal. Sorry, it's Retegui that has given Atalanta, oh no, it's been awarded offside.
Ooh, but I mean, Alex, that sounded like a very beautiful, sweet goal.
It was, I think, a ball across. We look at the replay here. It's Cuadrado on this right-hand side who, yeah, it's definitely offside, plays the ball across to Retegui, who fires it into the near post, but just about a foot, maybe even half a foot offside. As I think they are just going to look at VAR to make sure, but I think this goal will be chalked off, and positive signs for Atalanta there as we come into the opening 20 minutes, and a lovely ball across from Cuadrado. Just a shame that Retegui was not on the right side of the defence, and that is confirmation of that goal being chalked off. So it's still 1-0 to Club Brugge.
We're just seeing a replay of that goal right now, and unfortunate for Atalanta, it was offside. We'll get back to you in a second, Alex, but Shantelle, what's the update with Benfica and Monaco? It looks like it's getting a little cagey on the pitch.
I want to scream at both of them. Like, we're playing in Champions League, and I need to see that. Benfica is still a bit quiet. Monaco, you can tell that, hey, we need that goal. We need to somehow win this despite the obstacles that are set against us. And we're literally seeing players from different angles, from different players. Embolo, you can tell that he's trying to find his second UCL goal of the season. You can see the frustration when, he's not finishing the attacks. Again, Benfica is still a little bit too quiet for me, and they're playing, I want to say, comfortable. And I can't understand why, because Monaco, they're literally going after it. So as it is right now, we're still 0-0, and I wouldn't be surprised at this rate if Monaco somehow finds that goal.
Well, Bayern Munich and Celtic here. Celtic 27% possession. They haven't had a shot until now, and it was Kuhn who takes a shot, but Rafael Guerreiro does well because Manuel Neuer was off the line here and away from the action, and Guerreiro does stop the chance for Celtic to score. But what a chance that was. And that's probably been the best chance, Clinton, out of both teams here. Celtic really should have scored that one. And my, oh my, what a match we would have had on our hands.
I would have loved to see that one, man. I mean, I didn't see what had happened, but
Oh, and it's a chance again for Celtic. Cross in front of the net. Manuel Neuer drawn to the
Jesus
close.
Christ.
Oh,
Celtic,
the near
come on,
post
man.
here. And that was, I think that was Maeda who slid in to try and tap it in, but he did just miss it. The timing was off. But Celtic are now pressing. They look like they're getting into a bit of a groove. Still have the ball in Bayern's area. Clinton, could we see the biggest upset?
I mean, I would love to see that.
So where do you rank it? Where do you rank it if Celtic go through?
I don't know. When you say ranking,
Like when you think of Champions League upsets, you know, there's a few that maybe come to mind, but would this be better, worse?
I think a Bayern Munich getting knocked off by a Celtic, I think
Is
you know,
nuts.
It's like what? Right.
That was the one I was talking
Oh,
about.
that was what you were thinking about. Okay.
So watch along, Clinton. We have to watch along.
Yeah, no, I know because we need to watch along, and I am watching along. It's just that one's kept somewhere, and you know these screens keep changing. I don't know.
Ooh, chance for Celtic again. Celtic in the last 5 minutes.
No,
Excuse
it wasn't
me.
Actually, I think that was it.
I'm joking here. I'm joking. Wow, Celtic have you just are seeing what's if you guys are seeing what's happening behind our cameras, we've all lost the plot. Champions League football brings out the crazy.
Nope, we've just seen a whole big squirrel
A big
running
squirrel.
past our TV.
Alex, we know that Redigi did score, but it was called off, and Atalanta have been firing, but they do need to score 2 just to draw even here, as well as not concede another one. That's a very difficult wall for them to climb.
It is, and made even more difficult with that goal you talked about. And I think at the beginning of the night, it was a challenge that looked. I think when you look at the game and how the first leg went, I think it was a challenge that they believed they could take on. And when you go down 1-0 in these situations so early on, it makes it so much harder, and it gives you that extra mental barrier to get over. And we see the medical treatment team just coming on to give, I believe it's Quadrado, maybe De Kuyper there for Club Brugge is down at the moment. But we've seen these opening exchanges. Atalanta do look like they're threatening, but they have to, I think, shake it up a little bit, because at the moment Club Brugge seem to be comfortably dealing with what's being thrown at them. We did have a possible penalty shout as Ederson clashed with Mignolet in the Club Brugge goal, but nothing came of it. So, yeah, an uphill task for Atalanta, and if it goes into half-time still 3-1, I think it's looking even less likely that they reach the last 16, because we're almost 25 minutes in here and they're still two goals behind. So lots to do for Atalanta.
Lots and lots to do for Atalanta, as well as Celtic here. But Clinton, we were seeing some chances. If they score 1, it's back to 0-0. All is forgotten in the first leg if Celtic score an early goal.
I mean, I would love to see that kind of trouble, that kind of problem. I just want them to change some kind of narrative. Do something, like you said, some kind of upset. And clearly, Sara, let's give Celtic some credit.
Let's quickly cut to Shantelle here.
We have a goal. We have a goal from Benfica. Now, before I even touch the goal, from Karem, Monaco has had most of the possession. They had more shots in total, a shot on target. But this is what we saw in the first leg. They just needed that mistake to happen, and then there's a goal. And that's what happened this time around. It's the same thing. You cannot allow them to find that loophole. So now we're seeing 1-0, so we have 2-0. Monaco, it's going to be very tough for them to come back from this, of course, with everything that we know that's going on in their squad. But it was a beautiful goal, and I expect there should be more.
Well, now a difficult path for Monaco to try and come back from being down 2-0 on aggregate. Benfica at Estadio de Luz. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich, Harry Kane having a chance and a great block by Kasper Schmeichel, sending it though into a corner for Joshua Kimmich. And it could be a good chance here for for Bayern, knowing all their tall players here.
This is a corner?
Yes. No?
I think Celtic, they are doing a very good defensive job so far, and I don't think an easy goal is just going to come from somewhere in the corner. If Kane's not taking it, we might be seeing the Celtic go first before even Bayern.
I mean, how great would that be? How great would that be after all everyone said what everyone said? For those of you watching along with us, let us know what you think if Celtic were to beat Bayern Munich. Where would that rank in terms of Champions League upsets? You know, of course, we have to chance for Bayern Munich, but just wide. Not enough on that one from Guerrero. Still 0-0. AC Milan and Deportivo La Coruña. We know our friend to the show, Lucas, will love that shout. Porto and Bayern Munich, PSG and Barcelona. There are many that we can think about. Comebacks, upsets. So let us know what you guys think. Where this would rank if Celtic can knock out Bayern Munich in the round or in the knockout stage.
I really like Harry Kane though. You know,
Yeah?
Harry Kane is one of those strikers that if he shoots 10, 9 of them is on target.
Yeah.
He's that like he knows.
He's a proper striker.
He's a proper
I think,
striker.
though, in today's football, we just don't see as much of that. So when we see, like, it's a bit more old school, right?
Yeah.
So when we see a player like this, it's like, oh, you're really him. Because a lot of the times we're seeing, you know, players playing out like wingers, we're seeing false nines,
Yeah.
10s, but he really is an out-and-out striker.
Literally, I think he's so good. You know, it's almost like he pretty much knows what he's about to do. He knows where the ball is going to go. He's not one of those that he's just trying to shoot as an opportunistic shooter.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows what he's capable of. Like, he's not the... Nah, I think he's going to be disrespectful to say he's not the Nicola Jackson type. I'm not going to...
It's 2-0! Oh, my word.
Sorry, to who?
Club Brugge have
Well,
just gone
2-0.
2-0
It's
up
not
against
for Atalanta.
Atalanta.
That's when they're going to bring Ademola Lookman, right?
Oh, my word.
And he'll score the 1, and I'll get the prediction of 2-1. Talk to us, Alex.
That is, again, another goal against the run of play here. As Atalanta caught lacking in defence and not paying attention. The ball is sent forward by Simon Mignolet. And, it was sent forward by the defender there as he clears away. And it's Talbi on this left-hand side. I think when we look at this defending, it's Serge Kolasinac who gets caught off guard and it falls to Talbi, who has an empty net and smashes it into the goal. And it's a poor piece of defending from Atalanta, and the goalkeeper couldn't do much about it. He was forced into a save, but pushed it right into the path of the oncoming forward. And it's 2-0 to Club Brugge, and we're only 25 minutes in, and this tie is almost over.
Yeah, so aggregate, it's 4-1 for Club Brugge. Clinton, is it time? Do you make a substitution in the first half?
I mean, if I was the coach, I'm definitely doing it. Fact, because like I said, if Ademola Lookman at any point is fit enough to play, he should be starting this game, and this is just a proof, and it's happening right in front of our eyes. They are going to bring in Ademola Lookman, maybe. Oh la la! Hang on, what's going on here?
This is the replay.
Yeah, they are going to bring in. They are going to probably bring him when it's too late, and they would expect some kind of miracle. And maybe when he starts disturbing defenses, when he starts running past defenders, who would be like, I'm sure the fans would be like, oh no, why, if he was this fit, why didn't he start from me? Why didn't they put him from the start? But this is when you need your miracle worker. This is the point where you need to be starting your best. Like, yes, it's injury, but if you have him on the bench, it means he can play to a certain extent. You've got nothing. This is Champions League. This is Champions League.
So this is just us watching the goal back. Oh my days,
Oh.
what a run.
Oh my days, my God. Oh. No, it's good. I'm happy to see.
Wow, incredible run. I think that was Vanaken who just absolutely took out half of Atalanta's defenders there. And it's a bittersweet night then for Charles de Ketelaere, losing right now to his boyhood club here in Bergamo.
Sad.
Yeah.
Alex.
Another chance there for Club Brugge.
Oh my God,
They
oh
really
my
are
God.
going for it. It was
Oh
Jumba
my
there
God.
with the shot from distance. I believe he was offside. There was a VAR check for the goal. It was an elbow. I believe it was on, I think it was on one of the Atalanta forwards, actually. It might have been Retegui, but the check it's been complete and the goal stood. So, yeah, really brilliant start here for Club Brugge. And I would love to say that Atalanta look like they're going to be the next team to score, but Club Brugge on the counter-attack look very dangerous tonight.
Yeah, no. I definitely see some kind of change coming in just before halftime.
You think before halftime?
I think before halftime.
We're about probably 20 minutes out. Alex, I just want to confirm, is there a VAR check?
There was, but it's over and the goal stands. There was an elbow from
there, yeah.
Yes, and the referee obviously has seen enough and decided that there was no foul involved there and the goal stands. But they have to make a change, Atalanta, otherwise they're going to go into this game already. They were facing a challenge with that one goal deficit, but now they're 3 goals behind, not winning the game, drawing the game. So 3 goals is not enough to go through. They have to then go through to extra time and possibly penalties. So to win this tie in 90 minutes, Atalanta need to score 4 goals in the next hour, which does not look likely the way that they've started in this first half an hour.
Well, speaking of upsets, Alex, and remontadas, if Atalanta come back from this 2-0 loss. So right now, the aggregate is 4-1. So they need to score 4 goals in a row, without conceding a goal. If they manage to do that, will that be one of the best comebacks in Champions League history? Maybe not one of the best, but it'll be up there.
Maybe not in Champions League history, but of the recent years, it'll be one of the toughest, and I think one of the best in terms of the way the tie started and the way this game has started. Talbi obviously getting a brace inside half an hour. Club Brugge looking comfortable with everything that's being thrown their way and even causing problems and issues for Atalanta on that counter-attack. So I think it'll be one hell of a comeback. It's looking very unlikely at the moment. And if they do manage to pull it off, I think it will go down in the history books, especially for Atalanta as one of their best comebacks. May even pip their Europa League campaign last season. I don't know about that, but maybe.
Well, let's find out and see. Shantelle, can you give us an update? It looks like the rain is coming down in Lisboa right now.
Well, we saw the goal and it's a bit quiet again. We've seen Benfica, well, they had 2 shots on target, so great save as well, but I'm actually feeling the frustration of Singo, Diatta, and Mbolo right now because they're literally playing their hearts out, but they're just struggling to. Okay, almost had a goal for Monaco, but they're struggling to convert that goal. So as it is right now, they still have most of the possession, but again, possession means nothing if you're not converting that into goals. Benfica, still expecting a little bit more from them, and eventually I feel like they might score because Monaco is not at their best at the moment and they have little more advantage. So nothing new to report at this moment.
Brilliant stuff. We've seen a couple chances here now from Gnabry and Musiala, putting the pressure on Kasper Schmeichel, but not too much. He did well too.
There's a goal.
There's a goal.
There's a goal. There's a goal for Monaco.
Monaco scored!
Monaco scored. Minamino goal!
Wow.
Like, I literally said that, I felt the frustrations of the player because you can see that they're playing, they're trying, they want that goal, they're going for it. And I want to say that they're literally playing better than Benfica, but somehow Benfica is just able to convert the goals. But Monaco, even though they're still 1 down, game on. I am a neutral in this match.
I don't know about that, Shantelle. You just celebrated a goal.
I would love to see Monaco win because honestly, Benfica is not playing at the level that I expect from them. And this is Champions League. They're putting me to sleep. The way how Benfica is playing versus how Monaco is playing, the attacks, the defense, midfield, they're giving it their all. And that's what I would have expected from Benfica, but they look more comfortable. And I have no idea why. I guess they think this should be an easy match for them, but obviously not. Monaco scored, and maybe we'll see another or two.
Well, what is something good that you could take from that is that Barcelona or Liverpool, depending on the draw, will play either Benfica or Monaco. And Shantelle, as a Barcelona fan, I don't know about you as a Liverpool fan, but both teams playing bad sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, it sounds good to me as well. Should be a walk in the park for Liverpool.
Wait, listen, we gotta have eyes other places. Yeah, so the draw will be taking place on Friday after tonight's matches and tomorrow's for the round of 16 and who plays who. So we should see it, Clinton, maybe starting to, I don't know, I want to say it's been intense already, the new format of the Champions League, but we'll probably see some big matchups continue.
No, of course. That's the beauty of this particular style or this change with the Champions League. And honestly, I'm really loving it because it's just been a whole ride of enjoying different big games coming our way. And, you know, normally we would have that whole thing of big team playing small team and we pretty much know who's going to grab the 3 points. But now we are seeing all these interesting draws in, you know, literally right from the league stage down to the end, you know, from the way things are going. And I just love to see it, you know.
Can I ask you, Shantelle, I'll start with you and then I'll ask Alex, how are you guys feeling about the new Champions League format? What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I'm all for it. I think I heard.
Oh,
Gary...
Shantelle, thanks so much.
Sorry, I thought you said my name as well. Apologies. Shantelle, go ahead.
No, I could have sworn I heard Alex. We'll start with you. Maybe I'm hearing things.
Oh, wow, you're definitely hearing stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus on the match right here, but in terms of the new UCL format, at first, change, I'm not going to say I'm not a big fan of change, but for this one, I will say I like the new format. Obviously, I had to like learn about it, adapt to it, being used to what it was before. But I feel like with this new format, we get to see the smaller clubs having more of a presence. It feels somewhat more leveled. I mean, the only thing is that for the players, you know, having more games and things like that, from their perspective, I'm not sure if they would be a fan. But from a viewer point of view, I'm rocking with it.
Alex?
A chance there for Atalanta. Sara with the header towards goal, but Simon Mignolet easily dealing with the header. Apologies, it was Sara there with the cross. And it's, to be honest, I love this new format. I'm going to use a quote within a quote here. I heard Gary say that I said this format was very good, and I agree with what Gary said. I think the way that we're seeing, if you look back to the league phase, we had match day 8 where there was still a lot to play for. Quite often in the group phase, we would see a match day 6 where the big teams would have already qualified for that last 16 and they wouldn't have anything at stake in those sometimes even last 2 match days. So I'm all for it because even if you're in the playoffs, you're fighting for a higher spot to perhaps get a better or more favourable draw. If you're in that top 8, you're also looking to get as high as you can. So I'm all for it. I think it creates a lot more competition and it keeps the competition alive for longer. I also really like these playoffs because it gives clubs like Shantelle said that perhaps wouldn't have qualified through the group stage a chance to continue in the competition. And we're seeing Club Brugge tonight. At the beginning of this tie, most people I think would have put their bets on Atalanta. But tonight, Club Brugge from nothing, from beating Atalanta in the first leg in Bruges to then coming to Bergamo and winning 2-0 just before half-time. It creates these moments like this, and this is why we love football. We love these upsets. We love to see the smaller teams, so to speak, do well in the Champions League, and I'm all for it.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I know a lot of people, what they're saying, if they do like the new format, it's because it gives smaller teams a chance. I just want to go over the teams that are through automatically. So you have Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter, Atleti, Leverkusen, Lille, and Aston Villa. Out of those, sorry, chance here for Bayern Munich. Ooh, and it's gone wide. Celtic maybe a bit lucky there, but Joshua Kimmich could have scored one there. Not enough, though, still 0-0. But sorry, out of those 8 teams, you could argue, okay, maybe Lille was the team that we wouldn't expect going through, right? Every other team, I think we could all say, right. Now, let's look at the teams going through. Okay, yes, we saw Milan got knocked out, but Milan this season also hasn't been a good team whatsoever if you follow them. They're the 8th in the Serie A, so fine.
Yeah,
Monaco and Benfica, arguably an even enough match, so one of them going through, I don't think it matters which one. Atalanta, okay, that's an upset. And Bayern right now are going through, right now. So you have one upset in this. Dortmund smashed Sporting. They're 3-0 up. They're likely to go through. Real Madrid and City, because they got matched, you do have a big team going out, and that's based on the new format. But otherwise, they'd both probably be there. Juve's up to PSV, and PSG's up to Brest. So I think when people say it gives the smaller teams a chance, yeah, what, maybe 2 out of all the teams? I think if we did it the way that it was done before, there'd be the one upset, the 2, and we're back. My concern with this is they're playing 2 matches too many. I don't like that there are already 2 extra league phase matches. And then for these poor teams, they're playing an extra 2. So that's 4 extra matches of football when we have ACLs being torn left, right, and center. I think my concern is they need to just tweak it a little bit, because I do think this is way too much football already. And we're still seeing 90% of the teams that we would have seen. I think like the conversion of the big teams going through is the exact same. It's just they're all playing more football.
No. I totally
You know what
agree.
I'm saying?
I totally agree with you, Sarah. But you see, sometimes I think it's just that whole thing of change.
I'm not even talking about the change. I'm worried about these guys' ACLs.
No,
Clinton,
I'm
you
not-
just
I'm
lost Ahmed Diallo.
Bro, I'm not worried about their ACL. I'm more worried about how much they make. Which I think, by the time they think about the ACL compared to how much they get in a week, fam, they should get out, man.
I think when you look at the amount of football, just to jump in on this one, adding those 2 games and the playoffs, it adds that element of competition of you don't want to be in that playoff. You don't want to be, if you ask Manchester City, you ask Real Madrid, you'd much rather finish in that top 8. Yes, they're happy that they were able to finish inside the playoffs and stay alive in the competition, but I think it forces those teams to really be competitive to the very end, just to avoid any risk of finishing in those playoff spots. I understand the point of adding those 2 games, but I still think there are so many other games and competitions within the season and the year that are being added that we don't need to see, and they could be taken away. I think they could be sacrificed more and keep this format in order to see a more competitive Champions League format.
Fair enough. But I don't know if that will happen, Alex, if we do see an FA Cup, game being taken away here. But like I said, I'm curious to see how the rest of the Champions League goes. Who makes it, let's get to the quarters, the semis. And if we do end up seeing in the quarters all big teams and then the semis, and then, if Real Madrid wins again and then we're all back to where we started, it does kind of make me think like these extra games are a bit unfortunate for the athletes, because in the end, we're still going to get the same result of, let's say, 8 top teams in the quarterfinals. That's all I'm saying. I am a bit concerned for some of these players. Also, I don't know about you, but league phase match day 8 was 18 matches in one day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, even if you're a fan of football, and don't get me wrong, like we were here, we were all working, but Alex or Shantelle, like imagine, your team is playing, Shantelle and I, maybe not so much with Liverpool and Barcelona, but if you have a team that's trying to make the top 8, but it also depends on all of these different, factors of Aston Villa has to lose, Atalanta needs to win by 3. I was so, every moment there was something changing, and it was really difficult to follow, I found, and you're not really just focusing on 1 or 2 games. You're focusing on 6 or 7 at that point.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe that could have split up into 2 days, Shantelle.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like with this new change, as I mentioned before, it will take a while to get used to, especially being that we were so used to the old format. And again, for me, that part was a bit frustrating, yes, keeping up with everything. But at the same time, as a viewer and as a football fan, it's great seeing more games. But the downside so far that I'm really concerned about is that more games equal more playing time for the players. They're exhausted. We're seeing a lot of more injuries. So it has its pros and its cons.
Yeah, Market Day
So it
here
depends on
says-
like what angle you look from it. You look at it from a
We've
viewer,
just-
from the players, from UEFA
just
making
seen,
more money. It just depends
sorry-
where you look at it.
Sorry,
from.
Shantelle. No, we've just seen a replay
Yeah.
from the Atalanta versus Bruges. Bruges literally nearly sank in a goal again. And it was literally, I thought it was 3-0, honestly. That was very close.
Alex, can you give us a little play-by-play there?
Sorry, I'm just getting ready to give you guys some odds updates, actually. So I'm
Okay.
eyes in two places. But yes, no.
Welcome to the Champions League. Literally what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You can't watch 18 games at once, guys. Get out of here.
No, well, we're just approaching half-time here in Bergamo. Still 2-0 to Club Brugge. And to give you guys an update, Atalanta to win. So this isn't to qualify, this is to win. But obviously, should they win tonight, if Club Brugge don't score any more goals, they will go through. But it is at 9.25
Wow.
at the moment for Atalanta to win. And for Club Brugge to win, it is 1.32. So some big odds there. If
Atalanta goes.
if you want to hedge your bets on Atalanta turning this game around, but we are into added time as we speak in Bergamo, and it is still 2-0 to Club Brugge. And as we speak, for Celtic to win tonight, it is 11, odds of 11. Bayern Munich at 1.42, and for Benfica 2.6, and Monaco 3.05. So some upsets.
Do you know what it's going to be if you combined a Celtic and an Atalanta qualifying? What's going to be the odd?
Let me tell you. So
I dare you.
if Atalanta and Celtic qualify, it's 107.25.
Ben, do it for the viewers.
I am not suggesting that anyone.
I am.
I'm not suggesting that anyone is going to put on a bet like that. But if you want to, and you feel like both teams can pull off an upset, you're in for a good night. So some strong odds there. 107.25, a real long shot. I think if you look up long shot in the dictionary, that is what comes up. But as we talk, Atalanta with a chance here, and it's a header straight at Simon Mignolet, the former Liverpool keeper.
I was just looking at Harry Kane just hit the bar. Look at that. Hey! Now he literally finished the goalkeeper already. Like he just needs to just calm down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Bayern definitely having more of the chances in this half, but as this half winds down, it is 0-0. The half is over. 2-1 to Bayern on aggregate. Celtic very much still in this. Oh, sorry, I thought we did wind it down. No, okay, now we have. All right, relax. One.
I am actually quite impressed with Celtic, though. I would have thought that they would have considered like 2 already in the first half.
Yeah, well, here's how it stands. 6 total attempts for Bayern with 3 for Celtic, but on attacks, 26 attacks for Bayern and 9 to Celtic. 26-9.
Oh, off the post. Atalanta with a beautiful chance there. The Italian side attacking here as Club Brugge have some defending to do if they want to keep this 2-goal advantage. It's a header towards goal. It's well saved by Simon Mignolet. It's another save. Quadrado with a thundering shot towards the low corner. Mignolet keeping Club Brugge 2 goals to the good here. Atalanta really putting some last-minute pressure on. We've got about 30 seconds to go here at the Gruis Stadium, and it's Atalanta throwing in another corner. Club Brugge now coming on the counter-attack. Could we see a third? I think if it is 3-0 at half-time, that is all she wrote. If Club Brugge come forward here, they have a chance. There's a shot, goes off. Oh, what a goal! Oh, my word. Club Brugge have just gone 3-0 up in Bergamo. I don't believe it.
I do!
10 seconds left of added time here. And it's Atalanta 0, Club Brugge 3 against the run of play. That is unbelievable. That might be goal of the round so far. It's a lovely strike.
Sandra, are you watching this?
Atalanta, yo, don't finish. Oh my God.
Ooh. Oh.
Ben.
Oh, it's all kicking off here. It is all kicking off here. Alex, walk us through what just happened there.
I mean, completely against the run of play. About 3 shots on target there from Atalanta. We saw Pasalic with the header, and it's pushed off the line by Simon Mignolet, and then Cuadrado with another strike down towards the bottom corner, and it's blocked, cleared off the line, and then Club Brugge come forward on the counter-attack, and a ball across to the middle, and it's outside the area, and you think they're not going to pull off a shot here and score, but it's a lovely strike, and Karnaseki could do absolutely nothing about it. It's half-time here in Bergamo. Atalanta 0, Club Brugge 3.
Love to hear it. Shantelle will come to you, and then we'll get your thoughts, Clinton. Oh, Shantelle, are you with us?
I am just still stuck on that miss from Embolo. Like, they're all holding their heads right now. The coach is frustrated. I am frustrated. Again, I swear I am a neutral in this. But I believe that Monaco is giving it their all, and I would like to see them win. But that miss from Embolo just not could have carried them to 2. But we're now getting into halftime, and I want to say that Benfica only scored because they got lucky that there was a slip-up from Monaco, or else that wouldn't have happened. Monaco continues to dominate. They continue to have the higher possession of the ball. We see where they're taking more shots. They're doing more in the game. But for some reason, well, I think I know why, they're not converting these to goals. I want to still stick to what I said in the beginning, where Benfica might win, even though I don't think they deserve to win, because they're literally playing like it's Sunday League football and not Champions League. But I feel like they're going to find a way through some mistake, which we're seeing so many from Monaco, and find a goal that will, carry on the lead. Because at this point, if Monaco continues to play like this, I don't see them equalizing and I don't see them winning. But if they just find the rhythm and can convert those goals, because they're playing pretty well to me, and they're playing better than Benfica, we could see Benfica being bye-bye. But
she's a neutral, guys. But she is
But I'm a neutral. But I'm a neutral.
Clinton.
Yeah.
It's 3-0 for Club Brugge.
Mm-hmm. Which is very unexpected. And I feel very bad for Atalanta. This is not going really well for them. But I'm not surprised because I said it.
No, I said it.
No, you said Club Brugge is going to win, but I said that we've seen Atalanta not being the Atalanta we know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very evident that there's somebody missing in the team. The star boy, the guy who...
Do they bring him in now?
I mean, they have to. They have to.
What's the point?
No, listen. Oh, no, you are saying what's the point? But Shantelle, you were on this show with me when I was saying that if he's on the bench, it just means that... Relax. Hold on, wait. We were on the show earlier, right? And I was saying that this is a game that they cannot afford to lose. But obviously, I understand your sentiments. This is very normal in football. Everybody wants to say, you've been injured. Oh, you cannot come in from the start. At some point, maybe 60, 70 minutes. You come in. We've seen it so many times. We saw it with Manchester City and Real Madrid. They were suffering. Okay, maybe they were winning. But when they saw that Real Madrid was almost dominating everything, they said, okay, let's bring in the star boy. The same star boy, they started him against a strong Newcastle in the Premier League, and he got them a hat-trick.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, you are in this kind of condition. You have a player who is on the bench. He's been injured. I understand that he's not fully fit. But if you have him on the bench, it just means that there's some level of football that he can play.
Right.
You understand? So I am saying that if you look at this, your squad, and you know that there is a problem, and you have your star boy, whom you know is capable of making things happen, he's capable of causing problems, to attacks of his opponents, why don't this? For me, is a do or die affair. Like this is not. Oh, let's try. If I was a coach,
This is not what he did was he amoralized his team because what he's doing is they are trying. They are trying. For me, I'm not going to try. I'm going to go in with the mindset of, bro, we don't have any options. We have to win. And look, now they are going to bring in Ademola Lookman at 3-0.
All right.
What, and look, if I was Ademola Lookman, I would say, please, I don't want to play. I'm injured.
Okay, so we'll find out then.
I mean, he's obviously he's one of the most loyal players in the world. He's going to come in and he's going to try his best, probably try to find them maybe one goal, but they're still not going to qualify.
Okay. All right. Well, KlintonCod already ruling Atalanta out. Fair enough. It is 3-0 and it is 5-1 on aggregate. Alex, right now we've seen Milan exited out of the Champions League. Obviously, Bologna early on. But I'm just talking about the knockout phase. We've seen Milan exit, and we could very well see Atalanta following right behind them. What does that mean for Italian football? Obviously, Inter being the only team right through to the round of 16. And Juve's looking okay, but that's still not signed, sealed, and delivered.
I think it's... I don't want to use the word damning for Italian football because we've seen Italian teams compete in the Champions League in the last couple of years. Inter Milan, of course, getting to that final and losing to Manchester City back in 2023. And when you look at how Italian teams have performed in Europe, not just the Champions League, of course, Atalanta winning the Europa League last year, beating the second best team in Europe, Atalanta, not even breaking sweat. Ademola Lookman, of course, scoring a hat-trick. I think it's perhaps, it's obviously a bad thing for Italian football. You never want to see your teams get knocked out early in the competition. But I think it's a credit to and a sign of how the teams that we perhaps don't see in the latter stage of the Champions League, like Club Brugge, their competitiveness and their ability to go head-to-head with these strong teams they're becoming so much better at pushing these teams. And we see, obviously, tonight, they've been by far the better team. They're winning 3-0. I think back to last season when Atalanta beat Liverpool. Nobody was expecting it. But these little teams, little is the wrong word when you talk about a team in the Champions League, they are now more often than not able to go to these big teams and cause upsets and put on tests. So I think it's a credit to the competition and a credit to the competitiveness of the competition. And I think it will perhaps send a message to Gasperini and Atalanta that there still needs to be a lot improved in that squad before they consider themselves one of the big boys in Italy, along with in that conversation with AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan and Napoli.
I agree. I agree as well. I think Atalanta had a brilliant season last year, and I don't think anyone will forget that, but I think we may have, I don't want to say jump the gun, but it does take a while to build that solid foundation. Yes, in the previous years before that, we slowly started seeing them make European contention, and they were, fighting in the top 6, let's say. But when you do have, like you said, the likes of Milan, Inter, Juve, Napoli, Roma once upon a time for Roma, but I do see a separation between those teams and Atalanta, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the prime example in the Premier League is Spurs. You see how 6 years ago they're in the Champions League final. If you said to Spurs in 6 years' time you'll be 12th in the Premier League and perhaps within a hope of winning the Europa League, but no hope of winning the Premier League, no hope of finishing for the top 4, the top 6, out of the FA Cup, out of the Carabao Cup, you would have said, surely that's not going to happen, given the squad that they had at the time, and obviously under Mauricio Pochettino. But I think it does show you that it takes a lot to win the Champions League, and it puts even more onus and credibility towards the teams, for example, like Chelsea, who won it in 2012 against that Bayern team. Players and teams going far when they're not expected to and winning competitions, like Atalanta beating Bayer Leverkusen in the final last year of the Europa League.
Manchester United?
I don't know if we have to bring
winning the Europa League under Jose Mourinho, I said it the other day, an unbelievable achievement, given how thin that squad was and in terms of the competitiveness. Going back to the other teams in that competition, it's an unbelievable achievement. West Ham winning the Conference League. It's teams that it shows you that obviously to compete with these bigger teams in these stronger competitions, you have to have good quality players. But if you have, it's not necessarily about having the individual stars, it's about having a team that works well together. I think we've seen the perfect example of that tonight. Club Brugge, perhaps not with all of the stars, but they've got a team that works well together and they've got a well-oiled machine that's currently thumping Atalanta in their own stadium.
Ooh la la, KlintonCod. Lots to discuss here, but one thing maybe not so much to discuss. 0-0 at the half, Bayern Munich and Celtic. I don't think we thought, I did not think it would be 0-0.
But I told you guys though, I said it, that, with Celtic, on paper, we would expect them to have been conceding a lot of goals. But then again, the whole idea was, on paper, they are the weak link. But knowing that at this point they've got nothing to lose, they are literally one goal down, right? They have to put up some kind of fight, and that's exactly what they are doing. We've seen that the first 15, 20 minutes, Bayern Munich was literally having the ball all throughout. But I still saw Celtic. I mean, they missed about 2-3 good chances that they could have sunk in. And that's surprising. I would not even think that they would be capable of creating chances for themselves. And it just tells you that if they come in the second half, they're able to find a goal and maybe go to extra time or something. Who knows? Or maybe win the game in full time. Who knows, dude? We never know. They just need to take the chances. I mean, they seem to be doing better than we expected.
Yeah.
They just need to go. Obviously, they're in the locker room right now. Discuss, find some level of motivation and start taking all these chances that they seem to be creating. If they're able to take one or two of them, I think they'll be fine.
Well, we'll see. They still have to score one. Do you think if you're the... Well, listen, because they are still down, even though they've been playing very well. And like you said, it's not like they've also just been defending. I mean, they've had chances,
Absolutely,
too.
yeah.
Right? So they're going for it. If you're Brendan Rodgers here, what are you telling your team at half? Are you telling them maybe now sit back a little bit? Let's play the counter, try and draw and get these guys in extra time because maybe our best chance is penalties?
Well,
probably not.
Well, first of all, sorry.
Or are you saying, let's try and get 2 goals and smash this and send it home? Like, what's your strategy, going into the second half?
For me, if I was Rodgers, I'm not going to say let's go get 2 goals because 2 goals is not that easy. I mean, they came to
Absolutely
our home.
not.
We could not even get half a goal. Okay, I mean, they did get half a goal.
They got 1 goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said half, because it wasn't, they didn't really count it.
They did. It was 2-1.
Well, actually, they did. Yeah, okay, sorry. I think my dimension.
Your math today.
Yeah, my math is actually not mathing.
Past your bedtime, Clinton.
yeah, probably. Now, I think, what I'll be saying to my team at this point is, listen, let's put ourselves in the best positions to score, right? Because we saw one of the opportunities where one of the players from the right wing did put the ball into, it literally just went past the keeper. There was nobody to just maybe, put maybe half an inch of their toe and it's at the back of the net. They didn't do it. So, I think they are playing well. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to say to them, no, listen, keep playing the way you are playing.
Right.
They are defending very well, because if they weren't defending, maybe Bayern would have scored a goal already. We've seen how dangerous Harry Kane is.
Yeah.
He's had 2 opportunities. One of them, he's kicked straight to the keeper. The other one is hit the woodwork, right?
Yeah.
They've been unlucky, because we can't say that if not, Bayern Munich, they've been playing. Celtic, somehow they were able to wake up. We can see that they are making passes literally inside the 18-yard box of Bayern. They've just not taken their chances. I'm not going to change anything. Literally, all I'm going to say to them is, keep working hard. Keep trying to do, this unexpected that most of the fans probably will not. Put yourself in the best positions, positions possible. Take the chances. If at about 60, 70 minutes nothing seems to be changing, maybe do 1 or 2 subs. I don't know what the bench looks like. Is it the kind of bench that could, come change something around? We know Celtic, they are capable of doing it.
Yeah.
That last leg, we saw the last few minutes, the last 10, 15 minutes. It was almost like, they were better than Bayern.
Yeah.
I see them being able to do it. They just need to put their head to it.
We did see, though, in the first leg, the last, say, 10 minutes, 7 minutes of that, Celtic started to look very tired.
Yeah.
Do you think that might be something that we see again here? Obviously, subs to be made, but...
No, of course. When you look at that Bayern team, you will know they've got so many fast players. Obviously, the likes of Musiala, you have... Imagine they bring in Leroy Sani.
Yep.
Or they decide to bring in maybe, what's his name? The guy that plays from the left... Sorry, he plays on the right wing, the French guy. Come on. I'm sorry, guys, but, as usual, my brain usually doesn't work like that when it comes to the names. But sorry guys, I'm having to go find this player because he's one of my favorite players as well. No, Olise. Olise already plays.
Sorry, who are you talking about? I'm so confused.
You say he's French?
Yeah,
Kingsley Coman.
that's the one.
You kind of forget he's on Bayern Munich, don't you?
Sorry?
I don't know.
No, but come on, man.
Wow, and speaking of Kingsley Coman, substitution for Bayern Munich, Harry Kane, you gotta go. Sorry, Alex
With a direct
Ashmore.
line to Vincent
Like,
Kompany.
literally, he said, hello, Vincent Company, it's me. Wow.
So, I mean, I was just speaking. So, what I was
that
going to...
Juju.
No, that was...
Get out.
So, I mean, what I was going to say about him is he's a very fast player. Woo! Ademola Lookman. Sorry, I shouldn't...
Clinton, here's me being happy speaking to Pep Guardiola this evening. You're getting a text from Vincent Kompany saying, hey, mate, I'm going to put on Kingsley Coman. Mention it.
Hey, Alex, you got a sub?
I do. Pasalic has come off for Atalanta, and Ademola Lookman has come on that left-hand side. Atalanta attacking from right to left. Club Brugge, of course, with that substantial lead, grabbing that third goal against the run of play towards the end of that first half. And we've got 45 minutes left of normal time to go here in Bergamo. Atalanta 0, Club Brugge 3. Talbi with the 2 early goals to give Club Brugge the lead. Atalanta are 5-1 down on aggregate. Can they pull this one back? Ademola Lookman on the ball here. Can he get a shot off? He does, but it's blocked. And Club Brugge come away with the ball, but Atalanta looking to attack again. It's Davide Zappacosta. Puts the ball across to Lookman. He scored! Lookman, instant impact. Ademola Lookman has come on. He's been on for 40 seconds.
Did I say it?
Scored.
Did I say it?
Atalanta have pulled
Did
one
I
back.
say it?
It's Atalanta.
Oh,
Club Brugge
God.
3, meaning it's 5-2 on aggregate. The
Only 3
Nigerian,
more goals.
the
Draw.
Afcon Player of the Year with an
Oh,
instant impact
God.
goal. When you look up instant impact in the dictionary,
Oh,
Ademola
man.
Lookman's goal against Club Brugge tonight will come up.
See?
What a move. A
So-
good finish.
See?
The Atalanta are back in this.
I think with just this
Are they
analysis,
back in this?
with this analysis, I believe I deserve a coaching license.
I wouldn't go that far.
Long day for that team. Meanwhile, as we said, Bayern and Celtic have kicked off, and it was an early chance here for Leon Goretzka, but the big change, Harry Kane out, even though he did have a solid first half, Clinton, but they've brought on Kingsley Coman just for you because you told Vincent Kompany to do so. Let's check in with Shantelle and see if there are any substitutions made over in the Estadio de Luz.
So we're on the way for the second half. No changes as yet. So
Okay.
we'll wait and see for that. But as it is for now, there is no substitution.
All right. Well, let's see an even match as that is 1-1. Maybe both teams are trying to wait the other team out a little bit. Alex, we have to talk. Ademola Lookman comes on and scores in the first minute of the second half, obviously changing this game a lot, giving maybe a boost for Atalanta and the fans as well. Maybe get the fans going. Do you still think, though, you said Atalanta are in this, but Alex, they need to score 3 to tie, not concede anymore. If they want to win, they have to score 4 and not concede anymore.
Yeah, they do. It's an uphill battle. I say they're back in it. Maybe I was getting a little bit ahead of myself and getting a bit excited in the grand scheme of things. But when you start off a second half like that with a goal, it gives you the world of confidence when it comes to playing those. Well, we've now just under 45 minutes to go. They need 3 goals to level this and send it to extra time. There's still a long way to go in this game. So for Atalanta, I think they're buoyant at the moment. I'm going to give you an update on the odds. For Atalanta to win tonight, it's 8.75. So a slight change from what it was a moment ago, where it was, I believe, up to 11 when Club Brugge went 3-0 up. And Celtic have still, of course, 11 to win tonight's game. But Atalanta slowly clawing their way back into this tie. Still an uphill battle. I don't think they'll be able to do it, but you never know. This is why we love football as they come on the attack again here. But
Alex, just to ask, what position is Lookman playing for Atlanta currently?
Lookman's playing kind of off the left, but he is coming in as that striker. he's more leaning towards that left wing, but the goal he scored, he came in from the left and received that pass in the middle and slotted it home quite comfortably. But he's, I think, switching and drifting between that left wing and striker position as we see.
Where you like to see him? Where you like to see him?
Him in a more fluid position, I think. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to keep Retegui on as well if you also want to score, and I think it's the right thing to do for Atalanta. Clinton, I have to ask, what did you say to Vincent Kompany to get him to switch Kingsley Coman on here?
Nah, I mean, you see, myself and Vincent Kompany, we went to school together back in the days.
Back in the 60s?
Yeah.
I didn't realise Vincent Kompany was that old.
Nah, he's my boy, and I think he watches the Sporty show. And I think he was just listening to us, and he said, and obviously everything I've said today is almost like they've been happening, and I think they are beginning to now buy into my words and exactly what these coaches are doing straight up. You know, Derosani coming in and Demola Lookman coming in, and both of them pretty much, you could see that they have some level of impact in the games, and you know it's literally a no-brainer. If you have these players, if you have this quality, you need to be starting them. Now, just to answer your question earlier, just regarding, just when I was speaking about
Oh, here we go.
Kingsley Coman.
Kingsley Coman, okay.
What I was saying is he's a very fast player, and you were speaking about the tiredness that we saw with Celtic in their first leg. And
Capitalize on it.
Yeah, I think what they are going to do is they are probably going to run down Celtic, and that's when they are probably going to kill it.
I mean, I will say here in the first 5 minutes of this match, it's been all Bayern Munich. You know, it's the first time we're seeing Celtic make a couple of consecutive passes here. But Bayern have been pressing. Michael Elise has just been left open on that right flank and trying to get the ball in as much as possible. But so far, yeah, once again, we're seeing a dominated game by Bayern. All right, Shantelle, has the match kicked off over in Portugal?
Well, over in Portugal, it's still Sunday League football at the moment, not Champions League.
Wow.
I keep looking, and you guys probably will have to check your pockets for me again because I can't find Pavlidis. I'm thinking that he would probably try to find his 7th goal of the season in the UCL campaign, but he's been really quiet. Again, Monaco, and I'm literally being neutral. Monaco, who has so many obstacles against them. So far, they've had 9 shots, 3 on target. And let me just say this, they're not playing great. None of them are. But Monaco is playing better. And I have no idea why Benfica is this comfortable. And as soon as Monaco can, I guess, capitalize on some mistake that Benfica keeps making, we could possibly see a goal from them. So far, the only shot I've seen was from Ben Seguiri. Nothing, just nothing. It's Sunday League football over here. Sunday League football.
Damn, she just called it Sunday League football. Champions League.
No, literally, it's Sunday League because Benfica is playing super comfortable. No idea why they're all ghosting. And Monaco, they're giving it their all, but they just cannot score. So, oh, there's a goal! There's a goal! There's a goal! Monaco!
Oh, Monaco gave a goal again. Okay.
There's a goal for Ben Seguir. There we go. Sorry for the passion. Again, I'm neutral. I'm neutral.
You're sounding more and more
But
neutral as the minutes
I
go on,
literally said it.
Shantelle.
They just need to capitalize on the mistakes because we're seeing poor defending happening. And there we go. No defender to stop him, and we have a goal.
So it's 2-2 on aggregate at
That's
the
what we're
Estadio de Luz. It's all evened out now. Everything to play for with about 40 minutes left in that
Maybe this will
match.
wake up Benfica.
It could.
Maybe you might end up seeing Di Maria coming in at some
No,
point.
he's injured and he's out.
Woo,
He's injured.
sorry.
He's not coming on.
Well, it just means that my prediction is probably going to be right with Monaco qualifying.
Oh, you did pick Monaco.
Yep.
Well, long way to go. You also picked Atalanta, and that's not looking as good as Monaco, my friend.
I know, but you still.
You never know. You never know. Alex Ashmore, can we get an update, please?
We can. It's still 3-1 to Club Brugge, but Hugo Siquet has come on for the goal scorer. It's a strange move, but I think there must be a tactical reasoning behind it. Talbi, of course, getting the first 2 for Club Brugge tonight, has come off 53 minutes or just under 55 minutes gone here in Bergamo. Atalanta with most of the possession now. We see them slowly creeping up to that 50% mark after the first half, where Club Brugge were able to control a little bit of that first half, but it has been mostly Atalanta as we look into this second half. Atalanta having a chance and a few corners to their way, but Cuadrado looking very dangerous on that right-hand side, giving Atalanta dual options when it goes forward, because Lookman seems to be drifting between that left wing and that striker role, giving Gasparini's men a different look at the attack here, as I think they're trying to spread this Club Brugge defence, who seem to be almost lining up in a back 5 now, as they are backs against the wall. And I think we'll see a lot of defending from Club Brugge in this second half.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Alex. And we just saw another chance for Bayern. Well, a chance that didn't go their way. Across to Leon Goretzka, who tried to cross it right in front of the keeper, but he wasn't able to get a good ball on it, and it was sent out for Bayern Munich. Clinton, they still haven't scored yet. There's still hope at the end of this tunnel for the boys that we call Celtic. And that's a lovely view. You see Kasper Schmeichel's father. What's his first name, Alex?
Peter Schmeichel.
Peter Schmeichel, thank you very much. Watching his son play. We know he's a pundit over at CBS Sports Golasso, but it's something lovely watching your kid play. Same position as you. A great keeper of his time.
Oh my word.
How?
That was almost a second goal there for Atalanta. I don't know how that's happened. Juan Cuadrado has hit the post. He's down injured at the moment. The ball fell to Lookman, who I think seemed a little bit perplexed as to whether he could finish it. Not sure whether he was in an offside position. So we see here the ball coming across, and I think Lookman is just in an offside position. But I think they might be checking for a penalty here, as it was my mistake there. Cuadrado getting brought down, and Ederson with the shot. And I think it's come off Ademola Lookman. It did go in, but obviously the play had been stopped by then. Are we going to get a look at VAR here as a possible penalty for Atalanta? It doesn't look like it, but a chance there for the home side, as they have been the better team so far. The referee seems to be having a chat here with Lookman about a possible check, although the game hasn't stopped as far as I'm aware. Oh no, it has. I think they're going to have a look at VAR here.
It did look, sorry, Alex, like we're just watching the highlight back over here, but it did look like Lookman was absolutely offside, but that seemed blatant from the Bruges defender to pull Cuadrado down. Am I wrong for thinking so?
No, I think you're right. I think it's a definite foul on Juan Cuadrado. It's just whether, they say here it's a VAR, it's a goal check, so I don't know whether they're looking at Lookman being in an offside position, because ultimately the ball did go in. So at the end of the day, you could give the goal. But I think Ademola Lookman was in an offside position. It's a difficult one. I think ultimately the foul on Cuadrado should be the one that supersedes everything, as the referee is currently chatting to Cuadrado and a few of the other Atalanta players and the Club Brugge captain getting involved as well. Lookman seems to be ready to take a penalty. He's bouncing the ball up and down outside the penalty area, as we've got a long check, and now it's switched from a goal check to a potential penalty check here in Bergamo. I'll keep you guys along the line here as the referee's trying to reason with some of the players here. I don't know whether we'll see him go to the VAR screen yet, but there's a bit of commotion. I'll keep you guys updated as and when we hear things, but still the check is ongoing for a possible penalty here in Bergamo.
Clinton, remontada, comeback for Atalanta. Let's say this is a penalty and they convert it. That means it's 3-2. It's 5-3 on aggregate.
And there's still enough time.
They still need to score 3 to win and not concede, 2 to go into extra time, and then potentially penalties.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, there's nothing that's impossible. Nothing is impossible when it comes to football at the end of the day. And
the referee seems to have made his decision. He's going to go over to the VAR screen and have a look here. carry on, Clinton, as I'll keep you updated if the referee does give this penalty or not.
We usually know what this means, though, don't we? When they go over to the monitor and they have a little look, Clinton.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Truth is, I mean, we're just looking at the highlights, and I think the question, somehow, when you look at it, no, we're just looking at the Bayern versus Celtic game. It's Musiala who's just taking a wild shot.
Oof, and the first sub to be made, Jota, has come off. They are bringing Ida in, who started in the first leg of this match. Wasn't able to do too much. This is maybe what we want to see, though, from Celtic. We want to see them switch over to players.
Come on, Alex, update us what's going on.
So the referee has finished his check now, and it has been awarded a penalty, and we're going to see a booking, I believe, here. Yes, it's a yellow card for the foul in question. Juan Cuadrado still speaking to the referee here, as we definitely see him there. He brought down the... It's a definite foul. You can see the ball cannon off the post towards Lookman as the ball gets sent in. Juan Cuadrado being impeded there and not being able to get off the shot. So Atalanta do have a penalty here.
He made a meal out of that one.
I think it will be Lookman who takes this penalty. Club Brugge players, as we see there, solace with the yellow card for that foul on Cuadrado. Lookman is the man to take this penalty here as he lines up, takes a deep breath in. Mignolet claps his hands, try to make himself as big as possible. Another deep breath from the Nigerian. Can he make it 3-2? He steps up, it's saved! Oh my word, Mignolet with an unbelievable save. Ademola Lookman has missed the penalty. It was a poor penalty, easily saved there by Simon Mignolet. You have to give credit to the goalkeeper. But there's a lack of power in that penalty there. As the ball is being brought back over here. I'm not sure whether they're going to argue for a retake, but I think it will be a corner. We see Ademola Lookman.
Alex, can I just get a reaction from Clinton, please? Clinton, thoughts?
Wow. That's my thoughts, man. Wow. I think that's a poor penalty from Ademola Lookman, first of all. I think he didn't make the ball wide enough. He literally put it in a position where the keeper would easily save it. And that's very unexpected, knowing Ademola Lookman's capability when it comes to these kind of set pieces. Yeah, I think that's not a very good one from Ademola. That's definitely what I would least expect.
Alex, sorry, we'll come back to you now.
And, well, just to give you guys an update on that one, I did say earlier it was 8.75 odds of Atalanta winning this game now. It's gone up to 14 for the home side to win this game. So a really important penalty save there from Simon Mignolet. As the ball gets sent across, Atalanta could score here. The penalty miss might not matter, as Kolasinac, it's a poor shot that is, over the bar. And so it's Toloi there, the captain, a wayward shot. Mignolet with a brilliant save. We see the penalty here again. Savable height.
Yep.
Not really to the right or the left. It was almost in the middle. Mignolet guessing the right way and managing to push the ball away out for a corner. It's a brilliant and more importantly, a really key save for Club Brugge, because if it was 3-2 to Club Brugge with just under half an hour to go here in Bergamo, that could have changed the tie. Obviously, Atalanta now need 4 goals to win this tie on the night.
Go! Yes!
Wow!
Celtic! Celtic! I said it! Celtic! Oh, good, man. You guys... Bro!
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
It is time. La remontada. Celtic have gone up against Bayern Munich against all odds at the Allianz. And it's Kuhn who scores. He had an early chance in the first half here. Couldn't make anything of it, but this
Jesus
time
Christ.
he absolutely does. Emmanuel Neuer could not do enough in this one. Maeda crosses and continues the run here. Brilliant from Maeda. And then I think it's Leon Goretzka who wasn't able to clear it. And we have Kuhn who ends up picking it off. A poor clearance from, is this Goretzka? No, it's Kim. Sorry, pardon me. It is Kim. And really horrible defending from Bayern Munich. A complete miscommunication, leaving Manuel Neuer one-on-one, and Kuhn does it. Celtic up 1-0. It's 2-2 on aggregate, Clinton. We are so back. Alex?
Wow. Celtic are in this tie. I'm just trying to get some odds for you here. So, for Celtic to qualify, this is not to win. To win, it's 2.6. For Celtic to qualify, it is 6.25. Considering it is, at the moment, level, 2-2, for Bayern to qualify, it's still 1.12 odds. So Bayern clearly still the favourites with about half an hour, if I'm right, left on the clock there in Munich. So if you want to head the way of Celtic, who have just scored and have now got the momentum, odds of Celtic to qualify is 6.25. So it might be an interesting long shot to go for there. With the momentum, can Brendan Rodgers' side nick another goal and win this tie?
Well, really quickly, there were some substitutions made right after that goal from Celtic for Bayern Munich. Serge Gnabry has come off for Leroy Sané, and it's the Canadian Alphonso Davies coming in for Rafael Guerreiro, which I'm not too sure about that one, Clinton. I thought Guerreiro was having a brilliant match, to be honest, but they're bringing in some fresh legs. Shantelle, let's go over to you. We haven't spoken to you in a minute because these two games have kind of kicked off in the second half here. How's it going for Monaco and Benfica?
Yeah, because you guys are watching Champions League. I'm over here watching Sunday League. No.
I mean, to be fair, we just had our first goal in this match. It was 0-0 for 60 minutes.
I feel like there is some serious guzu happening. Guzu, a.k.a. Juju, happening to Benfica.
Guzu.
Is that the Jamaican
equivalent to Jamaica.
Alex, what's the English version?
Alex, what's the English version? Voodoo.
That is a good question.
Black magic.
Voodoo's still African, though.
Yeah.
There's some serious guzu happening over here because they made some substitution and they took off the goal scorer, Karim. They took off Andreas as well, who was the only forward that was at least trying to make some shots. He was the only one that was at least making some shots, trying to make some plays. Those two are off. So it's like, okay, we take off these two players, and Monaco is just highlighting how bad they're playing at this point because you guys have the advantage now, and they're not capitalized on it. They're literally not. So I'm literally here frustrated with this match because Monaco could have scored so many times. Benfica, they're making poor decisions. There's a lot of mistakes. That substitution didn't make sense. And yet here we are, still tied. So if they continue playing like this, we might go into extra time.
A few times, you know, when you see these kind of things happening, you kind of like ask yourself, hang on, what's going on? You see one person trying to make some kind of efforts that you don't see others making, and then that person ends up being the one that's been taken out. You know, oh man, I'm really loving what's happening with Bayern and Celtic at this point. Now I think Bayern are going to wake up.
I think so now too. Alex Ashmore, I know you left.
Ooh, that was a shot.
Was that Kingsley Coman? It sure was. Shot from outside the box, but it was directly to Schmeichel. Your favorite player on Celtic, obviously Alistair Johnson, now going up against his national teammate Alphonso Davies.
An interesting battle. I think, what would it be? Montreal against Toronto in this one?
Vancouver.
Vancouver. Yes, you're right. You're right. A shot there, a wayward shot from Juan Cuadrado. Lookman checking. Well, checking. I don't think they will check it, but it's a shot from Lookman that's hit an arm. I think it was above the sleeve, so I don't think they will check it. But Atalanta's still pushing for a second goal here tonight. Club Brugge having some defending to do, but as long as this as the more this game goes on, it feels more and more like a challenge that will be too much for Atalanta. We've got just over 20 minutes to go here, and they need 3 goals to tie the game, or to level up the tie, and 4 goals to go through inside 90 minutes. And with just over 20 minutes to go, it's looking more and more unlikely.
All right. Well, Clinton, what is looking more likely? And there's Brendan Rodgers celebrating after that goal for Celtic and Kuhn. That Celtic could win this game.
I mean, I would be very happy to see them win it, to be honest. And it just means to probably go to extra time, maybe.
We're sleeping here.
Oh my God, please, I don't want them to.
No.
Please, Bayern, come on, man, do something.
No, Celtic can just get another goal.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they do.
Oh. sorry, it looks like the goal scorer, Kuhn, has come off for Yang, and it looks like he kind of picked up something on the pitch there, going off with the medics or one of the medical staff. He was walking off, nothing too serious, but that's a bit unfortunate for him and for Celtic, obviously, as he led the way there. But again, fresh legs could be the answer. Alex Ashmore.
It's a ball over the top there. Atalanta with some defending of their own to do here. We see Cuadrado giving the ball a whack to, I believe, so that's Edison there, who is forced to clear out of his own penalty area. Club Brugge pushing back after a period of defending, and De Kuyper there, you see screaming at his teammates. It's still 3-1. Atalanta have been controlling possession for the last 10-15 minutes. But
Oof. Celtic just had another chance here. They could have made it 2-0. Oh my God, the scenes would have been. And that's a foul. That is that's a bit ridiculous. We're just gonna watch the replay on this one here, but there was a chance. It was cleaned up by Neuer, but I think they could have made more of a chance.
Alex, come on, give us an update on that.
On Atalanta Club Brugge, it's still 3-1. I don't think Atalanta can pull this off, but it will be the upset of the night if they can. Not just the night, but the round. As they come forward again here, it's one of those games where Atalanta have to score in the next 5 minutes. They come forward here, it's blocked, and it's another corner for the home side. Ademola Lookman running over quickly to try and get the ball rolling here. The Nigerian coming off the bench and being an instant impact in this game and forcing Mignolet into some really tough saves there. The ball comes across. It's well dealt with again by Club Brugge. Can Atalanta make something of this attack? But yes, Atalanta still 3-1 down, 3 goals behind, and needing 4 to win inside 90 minutes. And we're just under 20 minutes left in this tie.
Clinton, we were talking about if this stays like this, Bayern and Celtic, that we will have a game going into extra time. But Shantelle, actually, as it stands right now, the aggregate between Monaco and Benfica is 2-2. That game, if it stays like this, will go to extra time.
Yeah, it definitely will. And based on how they're playing right now, if it doesn't pick up, I'm 100% sure that we're going into extra time. I'm still here stuck on the fact that at the substitutions Benfica made, at this point, do you guys want to win or not? And at this point, I'm just so frustrated with them because, like, I'm just not understanding how could you take off Andreas, struggle to say his last name, but what I'm seeing right now, at this point, eliminate both of them. They don't deserve to play in Champions League because so many opportunities for Monaco to score. They're not finishing their attacks. Benfica, they're asleep. Poor decision-making, poor playmaking. Like, so much is going on, and at the same time, nothing is going on. So it's a very difficult one.
Well, let's see if one of the two sides can you wrap it up before extra time. Neither of them are going to want to play an extra 30 minutes anyways.
Oh.
As Alex Ashmore.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Said Kolasinac with a shot, forcing Mignolet into a low save to his right. Atalanta forcing an attack here. Former Arsenal defender there, who's come back obviously into the side tonight and has been playing an important role. Ademola Lookman, of course, with that early goal inside 35 seconds to get Atalanta back into this game. Still a long way off winning the tie, with the score on aggregate still 5-2 to Club Brugge.
All right. Well, there's a chance here for Bayern Munich. They send it into the area. Header, and it's just wide. Kasper Schmeichel isn't tripping at all about that one.
If that was on target, it would have been a goal.
Yeah, he didn't move.
He didn't move. He didn't move. I know what he was acting as if he knew he was going out, but
to be honest, I think he's a good keeper. He's
No.
Schmeichel
is good.
I think he knew. He knew it was wide. Look at the replay.
Let's see again. No, come on, Sara. How do you think he knew about that? Come on, man.
He said no worries.
No.
He said.
No freaking way, man. That could have easily been a goal.
Company looking like he's having a bit of a panic attack on the side, watching all the chances Bayern are creating, but not able to convert.
Honestly, when it comes to Champions League football, I don't think Vincent Kompany has that maturity to coach a team, to that level. Like I said, what he's doing with Bayern Munich when it comes to league football, it's not. I don't think I'm going to give him the credit. He has, like Bayern Munich, they are equipped enough to win games without a coach. They just need to speak to themselves. Now, Champions League football is where you make a difference as a coach, and clearly you could see that he's not the guy. He's not matured enough when it comes to coaching at all. Like we said, he's one of those juju guys whom got a team relegated and got the biggest job in Germany.
Yeah, well, good defending from Celtic. I mean, we talked about it on the Sporty show, though, but for Bayern Munich to win the Bundesliga with the players that they have, I don't think you necessarily need a wonderful manager. I mean, they've won what?
No, you need it at this point, though, Sara, because you are speaking about a Bayer Leverkusen that pretty much we might probably say they are the best in Germany at this point. You have a Dortmund that have some crazy. Okay, they are not performing.
What are you watching Leverkusen in the Bundesliga this season? Because they're not doing it. Bayern Munich are like 7 points
where
clear.
Are they? Hang on, but where are they?
They're second, but Bayern Munich are like so many points clear. For me, I think Bayern Munich has won 12 of the last 14 Bundesligas.
Yeah, but we're going to give credit to the fact that he's actually a manager stuff there. Like
no, I'm saying because the team is so good. That's what I'm saying. Okay. The team is so good, so they basically win the Bundesliga every year.
Yes, exactly.
So
okay. So you agree? Okay.
Stop yelling.
Okay, no.
I thought
so we're having a potential penalty over here
for
Benfica. Because you hear it in her voice.
Stories,
she's
man.
like gonna
give
start
us
crying.
The full story, man.
They're still reviewing it, and we're going to see if it will be awarded, but I think it will be. And hopefully...
Bro, it's Michael, though. He's got to be careful, because like all these shots, he's just standing watching them. Look at this again. Just look at this.
They got it, guys.
Look, Sara, that could have been a goal.
So the penalty is for Benfica. So we're going to see if they're able to convert
Michael
this.
Phelps. Sorry, Shantelle, tell us what's going on.
There's some serious goods going on. That's what's going on.
What's going on?
There's some serious goods going on. So we're about to see the penalty taken for Benfica. And I don't know. I said that I'm a neutral in this one. I don't know why I'm getting so passionate and hurt about everything that's going on. And Pavlidis is actually the one taking this penalty.
Well, I mean, I don't know what that is.
Pavlidis, who has been so quiet all this game. Interesting.
Sorry, hang on.
Was that Vincent Kompany trying to get you on the phone?
Yeah, I think it may have been, man, because that was
sorry.
the most weirdest stuff that's ever happened to my in my life, man. But obviously, like you guys said, that was Vincent Kompany trying to ask me what to do at this point, and yeah, I needed to open the phone, and it just wasn't opening, and Steve Jobs has to just he had to step in from the grave. Yeah, that was very bizarre. But anyways, yeah.
So Shantelle, there is a penalty in the end.
Goal! He scores! He scores! He scores! There's some serious goods going on at Benfica.
I don't understand.
How can they play so awful and they're winning?
Wait, what?
So we probably won't see them going to extra time, and this is the 7th goal for Pavlidis for this UCL campaign. 7 goals in 10 matches. Impressive, even though he has been very quiet this entire game. Happy to see that he was able to help his team out. So here we are with Benfica in the lead, who has been playing really badly.
Right, sorry, Shantelle, hang on.
Elise is taking a free kick, and it was
wait, again? Wait, Ismail saves it. Okay, he saves the most important ones.
He said, I heard you, Clinton. Sorry, Shantelle. We had Michael Elise lining up for a free kick just outside the area.
Ooh.
And it's still in play right now. Initially went into the wall, rebounded, then an incredible shot saved by Kasper Schmeichel. Oh, my days. This ball is still in play in the area. Someone
has to take it out.
When in doubt.
Oh.
Wow, that was a big time save from Kasper Schmeichel after Clinton was calling him Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I mean, he kept on swimming on the goal.
Wow.
But he did make a dive, though. That's still a swimmer.
Let's just rewatch this. Chance here for Bayern Munich, but again, not able to.
Wasn't it?
Oh, and you know what? That's a brilliant save because it rebounded too.
I know, yeah. No. But the rebound, though, it didn't really obstruct the line of the ball.
No, it didn't. But it
So-
was at the bottom, and then it was
Yeah.
it was looking like it was going to be a low ball, and then it ended up going a lot higher. But Kasper Schmeichel did well. Celtic still very much in this. We are getting closer and closer. The 80th minute is approaching.
Oh, man, we need a goal from somebody, man. Celtic, I've got Metro.
What? I'm going. You're trying to figure. You got paid the big bucks from Sporty. You can take an
come on.
Uber.
Oh, man, I just want Celtic to do something for me. Like you said, I just want the upset.
If they score one goal in like the final moment, guys, it would be absolutely incredible for the club, for football, for us, not for Bayern Munich, but just because no one saw it coming. This was the only game that we were all certain on, all of us.
Literally.
Us two, Shantelle, Gary, Alex Ashmore, I know would have said the same thing, even though he was at the Santiago Bernabeu. Alex, can I confirm that you would have taken Bayern Munich to win this match?
Oh, yeah, I think I predicted them to win 3-0 this morning.
Oh, okay,
he
perfect.
did, yeah.
Absolutely. I said 3-1, so we're all just, you know,
then
you took Monaco, I took Bruges. You know, I don't think we were in time for Feyenoord and Milan, but that game was a bit of a toss-up. But we
we still
stood
went
on.
I mean, the moment there was a red card for Milan, for AC Milan, I did say it was
Sure.
made by Feyenoord, obviously. With this Bayern one, yeah, it's the one I literally said it was going to be 4-0.
Oh my God! Yeah, you said not even
said
3,
4,
4. Well, let's see. 10 minutes in, Alex, can you give us an update? We're trickling down to that final whistle.
We are. It's just under 10 minutes to go here in Bergamo. Atalanta still trailing 3-1.
Atalanta should count it off, man.
We've had.
Oh, Vincent Kompany's trying to get back in the game over here. Sorry. We're having a substitution. Vincent Kompany's trying to get into the game. Sorry, Alex.
He's not coming on himself, is he?
I think he might be at this point. He said, lads, I might be able to score.
Yeah.
We've seen him score some cracking goals in a Manchester City shirt. Maybe recreate one of those tonight. But no, Atalanta still losing 3-1, and Club Brugge look like they're holding on to this tie. They've had their moments where they've had to deal with some offensive or attacking onslaught from Atalanta, but Club Brugge have been defending very well and being able to deal with what Atalanta have been offering. So,
But guys, sorry, Alex, but you see what I was trying to speak about, the fact Ademola Lookman fit enough to literally dribble, do exactly what Ademola Lookman would do in a typical game. Yeah.
Goal! Goal! There's a goal! There's a goal!
Just tell us from who,
We're
man.
tied again. Goal for Monaco. Goal for Monaco.
You're not going home.
Shantelle, yeah. Sorry, Shantelle, we love suspense, you know, in Netflix, yeah. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? Can you just go for this and come on, man?
I'm sorry, guys. Like, this one I actually didn't see it coming. But we're tied now 3-3, and I take it back. We're definitely going into extra time.
Oh man.
We're definitely going into extra time. I did not see this equalizer coming. I did not see it coming. But here we are.
Oh la la.
Well, we do.
Makinde is asking if you saw his snake.
I saw that. I didn't want to say anything.
No,
I didn't wanna be
Markinde.
rude.
I screamed. No, let me answer Markinde. I screamed because
I think
there's
it's the
some
way you
serious
scream, though,
goozle
because Clinton and
happening.
I scream, but you kind of have this, like, it's more like a scare. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
No, because I didn't want no. I didn't want
Yo,
no.
let us know
I
so
didn't
we know
want
if
him
it's
to
the,
score.
If it's the
I did
football
not want
that's
him
making
to
you scream,
score.
or we need to
They
call
don't
some kind of
deserve
first
to-
aid or something.
The
oh
scream was
my
a scream
days,
of
how
terror.
are Bayern Munich not scoring?
Deserve
Oh,
to win.
wow. They're
Oh,
going
there's a
for
goal
it.
check. There's a goal
Blocked.
check. There's a goal check. Oh, okay. It stays. Never mind.
Oh my days. Bayern Munich are trying everything possible and they can't seem to get it done.
You know, at this point, Celtic just need to just defend and just go for the extra time, rest of it. Because I mean, I don't see.
But I don't even think they're at an advantage in extra time. I think if you give Bayern any more time,
I know.
they're
They will kill
scoring.
it. I agree with you.
I know they're also trying not to get knocked out, but I
agree.
think they got to score in these next. We're 84 minutes into this match,
Totally
and I think
agree.
Celtic need to try and score in a counter. They need something.
Yeah.
I need a corner. I need Kasper Schmeichel to run in, all 11 in the box, and just let's see what they can do. Because if Bayern keep pressing like this, there's no way they're not going to score.
Totally agree.
And see, they don't know what to do with it. They get the ball, they defend, and then they just whack it up, and Bayern are Oh, I
mean, I'm
see
sure
this crumbling.
I'm sure they're pretty much happy to do that till the end of it. Because, or like you said, they're just banking on counter-attacks.
Sorry, so Shantelle, what's the score in the end? What's the final update? Was it a penalty or a goal?
No.
Sorry.
No. There was a goal check to see if he was offside, but the goal. Oh my God. Oh my goal. I won't scream this time. Goal for Benfica. Ooh.
Guys, incredible news. Incredible.
No, it's not.
Now
Benfica doesn't.
She literally just
No,
went,
no.
oh my
Goal.
God.
When I celebrate.
Is this cricket?
Clinton!
Hey guys, there's
KlintonCod!
There's
The
been a
last
goal,
time I
and-
celebrated their goal, it was out of terror because they don't deserve to win this match. They're literally playing so poorly.
I mean,
And
they
again,
scored
I'm trying to be
3 goals.
neutral.
Oh
But
my
here
Yeah,
they
I don't
are.
think there's anything neutral
The
about
only
you,
reason
Shantelle,
I'm
to be
going to
really
celebrate
honest.
this is
Whenever
because at least
Benfica
we're
score,
not
you're
going
like,
into
oh
extra
my
time.
scored. When Monaco's back,
And it's like, oh my God, oh my God.
There's nothing. You can just say you're cheering for Monaco. I think it might just be better.
No,
but please tell us.
I'm okay. I'm cheering for Monaco because I see where they're actually making an effort. Benfica, they look so disorganized out here. There's so many times that they could have scored. There's so much bad decisions going on. And at one point, I was saying that they look a bit too comfortable for me. They're not doing enough. So Monaco, you can see that they're playing with their heart, their soul. Like you can see where they want to advance. And then here comes Benfica. There's a mistake, they take it. They capitalize, they convert the goal.
Alex?
That's Monaco's problem.
I am currently doing 2 things at once. I'm trying to give you guys an update on some odds, but we've got a scuffle going on here in in Bergamo, as we see the Kuiper there clash into. He's running after. Wow.
Sorry, I think I saw a flash of red.
It's an interesting one here. As I think the Kuiper's come in and Toloi has been sent off. It's an interesting one. Off the ball, obviously, both of them near when Toloi was taking the throw in. And the Kuiper barging into Toloi and trying to, I guess, wind him up or trying to slow down the game. But it's come back in Toloi's face as he's gone after the Kuiper. The Kuiper has been booked. It's a red card for Toloi. I don't think Atalanta were in this tie at all going into the last 10 minutes. But we've got about 2.5 minutes left of normal time here. Atalanta are down 3-1, and they have been given a red card. Toloi, the man, being sent off. So I think that might be the final nail in the coffin for Atalanta and Gasparini's side this season in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, Clinton, that was some serious behavior from Toloi there to charge another player. You can tell, obviously, they're heated, they're frustrated, but he's just absolutely lost all control there, and you can see the frustration. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
No, I mean, I didn't see that one, but yeah, I think it's quite understandable when you are pretty much on the losing side.
But you don't charge another player because now you're down a man and you're down 3 goals. So,
of course, I mean, that's exactly what we would say on Jude Bellingham when he was charging a referee verbally, right? This is exactly what happens. That's what you get when things like that happen. But then again, like I said, this is, it's a very heated up game. There are 2 goals down now, and they have like 3 goals away from at least going to extra time. So, I think, it's emotions at this point, and, they just got to be very careful, at this stage of the game. No, sorry for Atalanta.
Yeah. No, it does. Alex Ashmore, I do think this game is just about wrapped up. I don't expect to see much extra time being added on as well.
No, I think at most a couple of minutes, under 5 at most. I think we see Samardich here with a free kick just outside the penalty area. Atalanta with, well, perhaps one last chance to get a goal here as Davide Zappacosta gives the ball back. Lookman finds himself on the edge of the area. Can he get a shot off? But it's well cleared by Club Brugge here. About 50 or 45 seconds to go here in Bergamo of normal time. And yeah, you're right, Sara. I think we'll see somewhere between 2 or 3 minutes added on here. And this is all she wrote for Atalanta in the Champions League, unfortunately. And a credit to Club Brugge for an impressive win over both legs.
Yeah, absolutely. The second Italian team to be, and the second team to be knocked out unofficially. Atalanta following Milan in an early exit in the knockout round. Meanwhile, KlintonCod, Celtic
I'm so happy for
are
Celtic.
in this game. Well, yeah, and
Honestly.
you're so happy because you get to spend another 30 minutes with me at this desk.
Oh, man, that's the hardest.
I mean, well, that's the minimum, because if we go into penalties, we're talking about tacking on another 10.
Jesus Christ, man, you don't even have to remind me
You
of
should
all
probably
this
order
stuff.
some food, I'd say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We just need to find Sporty foods. Do we have an app?
Sporty food. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like this. So 4 minutes of extra time being added. Oh my, Alex.
7 minutes of added time here in Bergamo.
Wow, the ref said, I want people to
Problem.
I want problems, but I want Atalanta to suffer. That's a bit unfortunate. 4 minutes added at the Allianz here. If Celtic can hold on, this game will go into extra time. Shantelle, how's it looking over in Portugal?
Oh my God, oh my God,
Well,
oh my
we
God.
have-
Oh
my God, what, Clinton? Don't leave us in suspense. Oh my God, what?
I can't. This is...
No, we're carrying on, Shantelle.
Well, we have less than a minute of regular playing time left. We're still 3-3, so, but obviously 4-3 at aggregate. So, yeah, Benfica might walk away as the victors. I think they will. It's not even a might.
Oh, yes, Celtic are really doing
No,
it
I mean,
here.
they literally, they turned up. They
No,
turned up.
Bayern
We're
are
going to give them the credit, man.
They're lacking even, the creativity at this point. They're not connected. They don't know how to get the ball into the area. Celtic are really parking the bus, we will say. It looks like they are favoring extra time. Clinton, what are your thoughts on that? Another 30 minutes of playing against Bayern Munich, who are playing like this, who are playing very attacking football, who are holding the possession as well.
I think, listen, what I would be happy to see with Celtic is them having to have that break of going to breathe for like 5 minutes before coming back into, just have some kind of team
A
talk.
little motivation
Yeah,
talk from
drink
Brendan
water,
Rodgers.
exactly, yeah.
Sure.
And the truth is, I will still see Bayern still, qualifying, but we'll just be happy to see Celtic putting up a fight.
Yeah.
At this point, even if they don't qualify, we would be able to say, like, I wouldn't feel too bad for them.
No, but at the same time, I feel like I've had questions about Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and these are the answers telling me you were right to have those questions. Bayern Munich is, I mean...
Ooh la la.
Stop.
Oh la
Bayern on the
la.
break. No.
Please, if there's anything, you cannot concede a goal 1 minute before the game. No, Celtic, please.
We'll cut the show.
Celtic,
We'll cut the show.
Celtic, please. Celtic, I take a...
Bayern are just passing the ball around the area, trying to figure out something. Oh, Leroy Sané with the ball. They're pressuring him. That's good defending here.
Yep.
Michael Elise at the top of the box. Crosses it in. No!
Whoa.
Red flag!
They scored! No way!
I realised I looked at the Sporty
Alphonso Davies!
and just before the goal, Bayern Munich were 95.00 odds to win this game. I know there's not long left and they're probably not going to win it, but those odds might have just dropped a little bit as we see
I was literally just screaming. I said it. Do not. It's too. Oh man. Anyways, thank God, it just means.
Alphonso Davies does end up scoring the goal here. So Leroy Sané, how it's built up, passes to Michael Elise, top of the box, cross in, and initially it looked like it was, who is this? I can't see. Leon Goretzka. Kasper Schmeichel does well and saves it, but deflects, and it goes right in front of Alphonso Davies, who just wasn't being covered that well, and he gets to tap it in, and that is it for Bayern Munich.
Nah, not at
My
the last
countryman
minute,
has,
not the last
has-
minute. I literally said, I said, I mean, all this working hard, like, what was not the point?
I'm a bit torn here because I actually was really hoping Celtic would win, but Canadian Alphonso Davies has scored.
I think it was coming more often than not.
Well, that's
The longer this game went on.
Somebody
it was.
raised a
It
good
was.
point in the comments. Somebody raised a very good
you want to read it?
Shantelle can't scream, but y'all can.
You were also called Shantelle earlier, but that's fine as well. Yeah, anyways, Alex, no. I mean, listen, Clinton and I
Okay,
were
we're
saying
having a
that going
penalty
into
check
extra
over
time-
here.
Going into extra time, obviously, like, there was no way that this game was likely going to play in the favor of Celtic if they had to play another 30 minutes with the way Bayern were pressing. But, you know, this is a bit of a heartbreak loss for Celtic. I think the whistle is about to be blown, and it is Alphonso Davies saves the day for Bayern Munich, and it is heartbreak for Celtic and Celtic fans. But they should hold their heads up because they gave one of the top teams in Europe a run for their money, and I think we all need to have eyes on Bayern Munich this season because they did not look good, Clinton, and that's the takeaway.
Honestly, you don't understand. My mood is just, you know.
Sorry, we just have to go to Shantelle really quick. Shantelle, could you give us an update?
So we're having a penalty review
For who?
for Benfica. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry if there's a drop in energy. It's like I am just this match is not what I expected it to be, and even the outcome of it. I'm still waiting to see if they will receive the penalty or not. Okay, no. Okay, so no penalty, no foul. The game continues. We have less than 3 minutes left because we had like 7 minutes at a time. So it's just to see if Benfica will score or if Monaco will equalize and we go into extra time.
All right, well, keep us posted on that one. Alex, that match, Atalanta and Bruges, should be wrapping up.
It should be Atalanta making a last-ditch claim for a penalty, a handball there. Don't think it will be given. We have just under 30 seconds to go here in Bergamo. Atalanta still 3-1 down, of course, 5-2 on aggregate to Club Brugge. And I think that will be all she wrote as we see some of the Atalanta players looking rather solemn and sad there on the bench after what has been a really disappointing performance for Gasperini's side. The anticipation coming into this game that they were going to get the 3 points and win, but they started off poorly and they've been outclassed by a credible and really strong Club Brugge side, and that's all she wrote. Full time here in Bergamo. Atalanta 1, Club Brugge 3. Club Brugge going through 5-2 on aggregate.
All right, so it is Atalanta who have been knocked out, Celtic who have been knocked out earlier in the evening, Milan and Shantelle. What is the update?
Well, we have less than a minute left. It's looking like it's a wrap for Monaco. Benfica will walk away as the victors. Again, I'm neutral, but I don't think they really deserve to win this one. But with a few seconds to go, 4-3, I think Benfica will take this one. And we say goodbye to Monaco.
Well, we'll wait for that match to wrap up, but Clinton, what are you most shocked with in this evening? Are you more shocked with how good Celtic did or how bad Atalanta did?
I think the biggest shocker. Damn, man, what kind of Sara? This question is crazy, man.
Philosophical. Guys, for you also watching, answer.
Honestly,
I think you know the answer, Clinton.
I don't want peace. I want problems.
No, listen. Oh, look at it, two Nigerians. Anyways, I was very shocked at Atalanta. First of all, starting with the decision of not having Ademola Lookman. If he was strong enough to play, especially with what he's done so far, and seeing the goal difference, having Club Brugge having 3 goals, literally so easy for them, a proper shocker. But I'll still obviously come to you, Celtic and Bayern. I was very impressed with Celtic having to have had that goal, literally fighting till the end, but very disappointed that they were still going to concede after all that fight. Because I feel like they just wasted all their energy, wasted all their time, having to defend and still having to concede the goal at the end, knowing that they are no longer going to qualify. So both teams, I'm kind of disappointed, but more leaning on being slightly proud of Celtic so far.
Okay. Shantelle, the update. Sorry.
No updates. Game
is
still
still in
goes
play?
on. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you, Clinton. Yeah, I mean, I know, Alex, you made a cheeky remark there. Obviously, Atalanta losing 3-1 maybe is a shocker, but I think in the grand scheme of things, more people would have picked Club Brugge to qualify, myself and Markinde, I mean, in general, than Bayern Munich to draw against Celtic. I think more people would have said Bayern Munich are going to absolutely smash that game. And people might have said, listen, I said Bruges would win 2-1. I think the thing is, Atalanta have not been convincing in their last, 10 matches across all competitions, right? So I think they maybe said, okay, because of this, because we don't know if Lookman is going to play, maybe then Club Brugge, we saw them beat them once, they can do it again. I don't think people had Celtic going up at the Allianz and then losing in the drawing in the last minute, rather. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're right in terms of the shock in the sense of, I don't think most people, I would have gone, obviously, you said yourself there that you thought Club Brugge had what it takes
So, sorry to interrupt, guys, but it's over here, and Benfica walks away as the victors. Well played, Monaco. And it was a pretty intense match. It was a pretty intense match.
Benfica walked away as the victors.
But it's
Monaco,
over.
Good job. Thank you, Shantelle. So that one ended 3-3, but obviously because of the first leg, 1-0 to Benfica in Monaco, they have advanced to the next round. So we have Feyenoord advancing, Club Brugge, Bayern Munich, and Benfica. Go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
No, I was saying, I think in terms of the way that Club Brugge won tonight in Bergamo, quite convincingly, Atalanta never looking like they were going to get back into this tie. They had that one goal, they had that chance, but they were outclassed from the beginning. And I see, in terms of the sense of Celtic going to the Allianz Arena and getting a draw, yes, they were knocked out at the end of the day in terms of the two legs and the tie and how the first leg went. But I think it's just really disappointing how Atalanta performed tonight and how they didn't ever really come out of the blocks. I think when you look at how Club Brugge came into this game and started this game, they were on the front foot. Atalanta weren't ready, and they didn't start off in the right fashion, and that meant that they were behind from the get-go. So I think 2 shocks and a brilliant night of Champions League football and goals galore.
Absolutely. Clinton, is there a bit of, at least for you, maybe not for Atalanta right now, but a little bit of hope knowing that, okay, Atalanta are now knocked out of the Champions League, that they can focus completely on the Serie A like we were talking about? Lookman is playing well. He doesn't look like he picked up any more of an injury. And maybe they can make a run to try and challenge for the title. 5 points off the top from Inter. They still have to play Inter. They still have to play Milan, Lazio, Juve. So massive games coming up in the Serie A. Empoli this weekend. You can get that on Sporty TV. But obviously, all the focus is now here.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously very... I mean, everything you've said is pretty much very correct. They now have to face, Nigerians say, you now have to face France. Basically focus on what's more important at this point, because pretty much they weren't very solid enough to face or to play Champions League football, especially having Ademola Lookman, who is a very critical part of their team, not being there. We saw how he pretty much changed the game coming in from that second half. So the teams you've just mentioned, they are going to play Inter, AC, Juve. Like these are serious matches, and they would need to put their heads down. They would need to make sure that they are pretty much coming back to being the Atalanta we used to know. Having their star boy. Like I said, sometimes one player doesn't do it, but we could clearly see how impactful this guy playing for them, Ademola Lookman. We see how much impact he brings to the team. We can clearly see how much he changes everything. So I think now it's for them to go back, bring their heads down. Out of Champions League football, which is very sad. I would have loved to see Ademola Lookman more in that competition. If not for anybody, but at least for him.
Yeah.
We know he's that Champions League level player. We need to see him compete in that high stage. We need to see him play against Real Madrid, play against Barcelona. We want to see him on that really global stage because that's where we saw him making exploits. That's brought out this name, Ademola Lookman.
Yeah.
So it's quite unfortunate that they are not going for that, but it's going to be less games for them.
Right.
Again. And, AC Milan, obviously no longer in the Champions League as well. This is two Italian teams that have literally just dropped out today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them focus.
All right. Alex, I have to ask you regarding Club Brugge. Right now, they will play either Lille or Aston Villa. First of all, is Club Brugge the underdog of the Champions League thus far? And how do you see them pairing up against the likes of a Lille or an Aston Villa?
I mean, if you look at it, it's actually a very good time for Club Brugge. Yes, Lille and Aston Villa both good quality sides, and I would argue in this essence, Aston Villa probably quite the stronger team out of the two. But Club Brugge will be looking at that last 16 and looking at those two possible sides that they could face and be thinking, we have, obviously they're not going to be looking ahead to the quarterfinals just yet, but they will have one eye on that fixture and think this is a real chance for us to get to the quarterfinals. And I think when you get drawn against teams that you feel like you can compete with, the way that they played tonight and the way that they have played across the group stage, we saw them push City. Yes, ultimately they lost to Manchester City at the end there, but I think when you look at this Club Brugge side, the weapons that they have and the defensive capabilities that they have, I think they could be a tough test for an Aston Villa or a Lille.
I think so too, and I almost think more for Aston Villa. I don't know why. I think Lille is a little bit more similar side to them, and yeah, I mean, let's see. The draw's on Friday. Shantelle, I'll ask you the same question. Benfica going through. I know you're not happy, but like I said, it means they either play Barcelona or Liverpool. Do you see that going in their favor?
No, it will. No, it won't.
She's praying it's Liverpool. She's praying it's Liverpool so she can beat them.
No, honestly, I feel like whether they play Liverpool or Barcelona at this level or how they played tonight, it's going to be an easy win for either Liverpool or Barcelona because, again, I've seen where it was poor decision making. There's so many times they had chances that they could have taken, missed chances. It was really a bad game, and I don't know if they got lucky or Monaco was just that terrible, and I don't think that was the case because they really tried to give it their all, but I guess the better team won, so I feel like it's good. I can confidently say if they play like this against Liverpool or Barcelona, it's over for them.
Shantelle, do you not think that if they face these high-level teams, these teams that seem to be performing to a very high standard in European football, do you not think they would have some kind of reason to buckle up? And because the truth is, this is what usually happens in football, right? Where you see some kind of average team, you feel like, okay, I have enough room to just, level down and play bang average or whatever. When they face these higher teams, do you not see Benfica kind of like pulling up?
Hopefully, that's what I was saying. Maybe they were comfortable playing the way they were because they were facing a Monaco. Because I couldn't understand what, for example, I kept going at Pavlidis, going at him because I know the caliber of player that he is, and he was basically quiet the entire night. So I'm guessing when they face like those top teams like a Barcelona or a Liverpool, they will have to do more because they cannot play like this against a bigger club or a stronger club. So I'm assuming that they will give it their all.
Okay, well, Clinton, I'll ask you just quickly before we wrap it up here. Bayern Munich now will be facing, now are you ready, Atletico Madrid or Bayer Leverkusen? How do you see them fending against either of these sides?
I mean, we saw about Leverkusen and Bayern Munich just this past weekend, and it was pretty much. Sorry?
Weren't you sleeping?
No, I was watching.
Oh, I meant because the match put you to bed.
It's past his bedtime. Let him.
No, because it was 0-0, and we obviously were expecting a lot more from that match.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a whole different vibe that comes to Champions League football. Now, if they play Atletico Madrid through this, with this standard that that we've seen them struggle against the Celtic, I'll see an Atletico Madrid on a good day, on their good day, literally burying Bayern easily. You know, when you look at the kind of caliber of players that they have there, I don't think. Yes, I know Bayern Munich, they have everything it takes to win even a Champions League trophy. But we're not seeing it this season, and I don't know if it's the influence of Vincent Kompany. I don't know if there's something that's just died off from the team. Yes, okay, like we said, in their league, even without a coach, we know they'll still be able to put up some kind of. They would always win. I don't really see the German league as that league that, you know, we would say is going to give them any kind of headache. So to me, I'm not going to call it a farmers league, right? I'll just call it maybe a farmers league pro. I don't know how to put it, right? If Bayern Munich as a team right now, if they just take them and say, come to England as a team, I don't see them being in the first 12, if you ask me. Because I'm looking at them, I feel like they are just a glorified, I don't know which team I'll say. I think they are more like a glorified, God help me, I
If
don't
you
want
look at how badly it's an overstatement, but how much difference there was between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich last season under Thomas Tuchel. Yes, it was mostly down to the fact that Bayer Leverkusen were storming the league and one of the best teams in Europe. But I actually think, look in the Champions League, Bayern Munich last season were a lot more threatening. We see them beat Arsenal, they push Real Madrid to the very end. Last season's Bayern Munich feel a lot more threatening in the Champions League than this season's Bayern Munich, even though this season's Bayern Munich are 8 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely been a drop. There's definitely been a drop.
I mean, and this drop is not the kind of drop that you say is just a tiny bit. It's very evident. It's very, you could literally just see it. Like, I'm telling you that now they've now gotten to the level where they are playing in the football den of Lions.
Yeah.
Right? If they go with this performance,
it's going to end poorly. All right, well, only time will tell, but that's it for us today. We hope you enjoyed the watch along, but we will be back tomorrow, and it's the big one. Real Madrid hosting Manchester City. Clinton will be at that game, so he'll be joining us from there, and I'm sure it will be just as dramatic as we think. Shantelle, thank you so much. Alex, thank you so much. Clinton, thank you so much. Guys, for those of you who are watching, thanks for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place, doing it all again. It's Real Madrid and Manchester City.
No team at all. Boo!